Crank up the music. Keep an eye on the back.
This presentation is provided to you to amuse or entertain and not to conform or inform. The content on this channel should not be used to replace professional, financial, medical, or legal advice. All footage taken and used from public sources falls under the fair use of the Digital Millennial Copyright Act of 1998. Therefore, no breach of privacy or copyright has been committed.
Houston, we have a problem. This is Houston. What? Never mind. No, this is Houston. What's the problem? Nothing. This is Houston. Please tell us the problem. You know what the problem is.
Satellite tracking continues.
Wow. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. We made it again. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, right? The one and only Yahweh. Insert the proper name there. But yes, we made it. And I have a guest coming on in just a moment. I just wanted to make sure that, well, my hair looks so, that's all right. I like it. I'm working on the mullet thing. No, I just haven't had a chance to cut it. We've been working like maniacs trying to get the house straight and looking nice because we're having guests starting tomorrow. But before Ray shows up, I just wanted to talk about real quick some housekeeping stuff. And oh, hey, Finn's here. Good to see you. Oh, by the way, Melanie, I would say after Finn, anybody that shows up is tardy. So yeah, good to see you. But in any case, so I'll just go over a few things and bring Ray on and get started. First off, Jen's here, I believe. And if not, my mods, please put Jen's only channel that's left. They attacked her again, knocked down her channels. So she has just one left. And so as many people as can find her over there. She's really a great voice. And they keep trying to knock her down, but they'll never knock her out. We'll just keep helping. And Ray, as a matter of fact, Ray, same thing happened to him. And I find, it was interesting because now tonight he can have a voice, even though, they knocked his channel out, was it 2 nights ago? And so his will be able to come back, but he can't stream for a while there. And he has backup channels. So we all need to, keep finding us as it's a whack-a-mole. The problem is there's really just one company for this. We all know it. YouTube/Google, Alphabet company, they're all the same. And so that's it. There's a lot of different, like there are some wonderful people, by the way. Thank you. There's supporters over on Rockfin. I have 7 people over there. I don't see, say hi. I'll say hi over there. And, but it's a small platform. And a lot of people, when I say Rockfin, they say what? And so, and then there's Odyssey and there's so many different things, but like what happens, say with Jen is she has a lot of channels linked to that one YouTube channel. And when it goes down, then it's a process to bring all this back up. But none of us that I know of are really doing it to make money. We'd like to obviously help pay our bills too through this, but it seems it's more a labor of love because as many times as they smack Jen down, she's still here. And God bless her. So that's why we're really happy. She's actually taken some time out. And her husband has graciously allowed her to come out here, and he'll take care of everything over there for her. And we'll just have fun. And hopefully we'll do some streams. I'm not sure how we'll figure this out, but the plan is to go boots on the ground and look at some of the things that we talk about on her channel, and we can actually do it together out here. So that's the plan. And I'll keep you posted as that goes. And then the other thing I'd like to discuss. Oh, and I've never once, and please listen to me again. I have no ill will towards other channels. They want to do their thing, do their thing. This channel is my journey. And I will tell you straight up, if you're coming here for a crazy informed information with books and facts and figures, well, I do a lot of that and a lot of research, but I'm not ever going to say I'm right and that's it. I'm going to say, this is what I've discovered. And with my research, this is what I'm believing right here. And if that doesn't resonate with you, cool. It's just, that's me. And I do it with entertaining humor, hopefully, and give us something fun to do on Friday nights. And so I don't maliciously, I'll go out there. There's things that are happening around. First of all, I don't even know how to use all the technology that's going on, facial swap stuff. And it's probably something you'd have to purchase. I do everything on Windows Movie Maker. It's a free program. You can't even use it. My computer's so old, it doesn't register anywhere else. So yeah, just so you know all that stuff. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. You fast forward. The show will start in just a few minutes. And the last thing would be is I want really, I know it's silly, maybe, but I'm sorry. we had family visiting. I had one of the most amazing weeks of my life. And I spaced out on the show. I even edited a show to put up so you'd have a live chat. And it was about 8:30 that night when I realized I didn't even have done that. So, I know you guys all survived. Sorry I wasn't there. I'll try not to, at least let you know in advance. But things will be a little bit crazy this next week. But we'll do our best to make sure that there's our voices and faces out there. Okay. So having said all that, that's a lot of talking. And last thing is say a prayer. For everyone that is hurting or needing healing, but specifically my friend Brian, I believe needs that prayer. So I just wanted to shout out to that. So for everyone at the sound of my voice that is needing the comforter, please, I ask this in the name of my Father in heaven to send the comforter and healing powers and to help everyone that's needing it at this moment. I pray this in the name of Jesus. Amen. Okay. Where are you, Ray? Ray? Here he is. Wait, what do I have here?
I'm right here. How you doing?
Nah, hang on. I wasn't ready. As usual. Where is it? Ray?
Ray!
I think I like that one the best. How you doing, Ray?
Chilling. Just trying to warm up here. And just, So
yeah, what's the temp out there?
It is a little chilly. It was like 66. It was 66 degrees last night. 66. I was like,
wait, what I had here? This, yeah.
Boom, baby.
So yeah, it's starting to get chilly.
Yeah,
the plants are starting to flower.
huh?
The plants are starting to flower.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand the reference.
And
oh my goodness,
it's I'm having a lot of fun. Good. So basically what happened to me the other day was complete BS because so I finally made it to 1,000 subs, right? It's like they dangled this.
No,
this
wait. Ray made 1,000 subs. Hey, come on, that's worth it.
So count your blessings. Yeah, exactly.
That's right. That's right.
I made it to 1,000 subs, which is great, right? I had no strikes.
Fantastic.
I had no strikes on the channel. I kept it on the down low. I didn't really get it. I had a warning, but no strikes, no active strikes. And then I was like, all right, let's go. Let's move into monetization mode, right? I'm like, let's do it. So I had this feeling in the back of my head, like they're gonna screw you. Like if you go live for any reason before you find some reason to make it so you get a strike, so you won't be monetized, right? So I went on and I did like one of the most benign shows. Like I just did a show on chemtrails, like just chemtrails. Like it wasn't anything bad. And then like during the middle of the stream, they just completely took it down and said spamming and deceptive practices and gave me a strike. And I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like I used fair use. Like I was commenting over everything. I was doing everything the right way. So I kept appealing it. And then like after 3 times, they sent me a video and they said, you can no longer suggest in the chat for people to go over to other platforms and things like that. So basically, like they consider that spamming if I have my Nightbot go in the chat and go over to my Odyssey, go over to my BitChute, like I'm just telling people to sub it. You know what I mean? Like look at my other videos over here. No, you can't do that no more.
So basically, it was AI that snitched on you, right? Because the Nightbot is the thing that triggered the other AI, huh?
Yeah.
Never could trust that damn Nightbot.
That's very true.
Nightbot.
Yeah,
Nightbot. So now I have to wait 3 months to get monetized. And on top of that, I can't upload for a week, which is like kind of shitty for me because I do a lot of work. And so Singe Man opened up a new channel called Late Night Live. It's the Late Night Live channel. And I've been streaming every night still to Odyssey and to Late Night Live. We're starting Late Night Live tonight. We're just opening that one up. And also the one you don't see, which is Michelle's channel, which is my fiance, which is like our third backup channel. So we've still been doing the Late Night Live streams every night. We just have, our own different channels now. So who knows what's going to happen? I'm gonna try to put the links in the chat here so you guys can sub the channels because I need the subs and I need to build these channels up. I don't know. I might not even use my 1,000 sub channel anymore. I might just
Yeah.
I might just build up these other 2 channels now and leave the one with 1,000 subs for like a few months and then monetize it and then use it again. Boston Ray Mudflood Adventures. I might not even use that channel for a while. I don't know.
Well, we'll keep an eye on everything, and we'll make sure that everyone will get the word out. So,
yeah, please get the word out for
yeah.
me. All right, I'm gonna be on this channel. I'm putting it in now. The one,
and it's funny because when
which is
Ray and I,
this is a crazy looking channel, but it's just we made it like that on purpose, like so we kind of like it doesn't look like a truther channel, like it just looks like a regular channel, so we can kind of just try to blend in but still stream what we got to stream from there. And then we got the late night, the all new late night live channel. I'm trying to find the link for that right now to make sure I get the right links.
all right, well, you find that, and it looks like Butt Big Bear just came in.
I don't feel dirty.
He's trying to sneak in. His butt's too big, I guess.
Here it is. Share the late night live channel. Everybody share this one out.
And I'm not body shaming. It's your name, okay? It's your name.
No body shaming.
No body shaming.
No body shaming.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I've been streaming with Jason Starr too. Shout out to Jason Starr. He's in the chat. We've been streaming from his channel too. We streamed a stream this morning. Jason Starr, sub him too. He's been doing live streams during the day, and I've been helping him out. We've been doing, we've been streaming, multi-streaming, and everything together. So he's doing a good job. He's learning StreamYard. He's getting it. He pretty much knows.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's funny because I would look back on some of the stuff that I did, and I mean, it's not even close to what I do now. It just takes time. And all right, so let's see. Let's get on with the program. We got 1,000 tabs. People are here for the moon, and so forth. Good to see you. This is my Samoa brother. Good to see you. And but he is late. You are very late, sir. Do you feel tardy though?
I don't feel dirty.
No. Okay, good. Let's go. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with something very special. I have a new friend. I did see him pop in and say hi, but I know he's with his family. But Finn from Wright's Krispies. I've done a few shows with him, and he's just a great man.
He is a great man.
Yeah.
I was in a situation where, I was a little in over my head, and he was there, and he was in the chat, and then the lady got arrested, and he even sent over $50 for bail. So, I mean, we didn't even need it, but God bless him. God bless him.
So, he was picking his, I think it's his daughter up from a dance class. And on their way back, in fact, you know what's funny? This isn't even his. It's on his channel. Melanie, I'm sure, has already maybe put it in the chat. Finn's channel, Wright's Crispy. Here it is. I guess I could grab it. Oh, you guys do your job. But this one's Sam Joaquim. He's another one that I do enjoy watching. And so he did kind of an homage to it. It's really cool because I'd already seen the original video. But the thing that makes this so amazing is... where is it? So this homeless man, where is it? Okay. We doing this now? There we go. Not that homeless man. Where is it? Okay. So, no, what happened? What's going on, YouTube? All right. Talk amongst yourselves. Where'd it go? Yeah, there it is. Weird. Okay. Sorry, everyone. So they were driving by, and I'll play a little bit of it, but I just wanted to show you. Oh, I see. He put in another clip of something. That's right. Where's the gentleman? So this guy was standing on a street corner over here in the median, and the cops are coming by to kick him out. Okay, and so what happened was, as Finn was coming back from his daughter's dance thing, see, the guy's right here.
Yeah.
They were in this turn lane, and so as they go up to the cops, he and his children. See if there's sound.
Same Alachua County deputy doing
Could you hear the sound?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
with a homeless person
Yeah, I
on the
can
side
hear
of
it.
the road. And all of a sudden, two
Okay.
other deputies pulled up onto the median where they were standing. We were in the turn lane with a red light a few car lengths behind them, and my kids asked why they were messing with him. And I said, they don't want him asking for help. So we all rolled down the windows and said, leave him alone. Get ready. Say it loud. Ready? Leave him alone. Hey, leave him alone.
Hey, pull over, man.
Why?
You're yelling at us, interfering with an investigation.
I got my seatbelt off?
I'm not worried about your seatbelt. You're interfering with an investigation.
No, I'm not. Interference. Physical act, liar.
No, it's not.
What's your name and badge number?
Deputy Diaz, pull over right here for me, please.
For what? What?
I've already explained it to you. Interfering with an investigation.
I'm not interfering
You
by
did-
saying
you
leave
did
him
inter-
alone.
You did interfere
By
with
driving
an
by and
investigation.
saying leave
You
him
distract-
alone.
Yes, you did, sir. Stop right here for me.
You
okay?
want to
Thank
bet? That's not interference.
That is interfering. They had to distract
Look
themselves.
me up.
to
Look me
interfere
up.
you. I don't need to look you up, man.
You
I'm
need to
telling
call
you
your
pull over.
sergeant. Call your sergeant
You
right
can
now.
you can call him.
Call your
All right,
sergeant.
If you want to speak to my sergeant, you can call him.
I want.
All right, folks. Last week.
Okay, so what happens is, I know he talks about it, and that's why I like San Joaquin too. Check him out. He talks about how the homeless treatment. But what's interesting is, so this cop forces him with his children to pull over here because he's going to try to intimidate him. But he obviously has the wrong guy, and so not only does Finn shut this guy down and shut these guys down, but then he goes over onto this island over here and reads them a thing or two about doing their job. Meanwhile, while this is going down, one of these guys sneaks over to his car and wants to interview his kids. And so the brilliant thing that it just warms my heart is his children, I think 5 and 7, and he's trained them so well. Listen, the camera in the car recorded this. These are his children.
But here's
Let's
how
see.
it went down.
What's up, guys?
Why did you go after that thing?
Otis.
So I think those are the youngest First Amendment auditors ever, and I doubt that record will be beat. But yeah, what amazing, just amazing. So yes, what's going on here? What happened?
No, I just sent.
Okay.
You a text. Something cool.
All right. So, okay. Give me a second here. Let me get out of this here. But yeah, I'm really, really happy that I've met that gentleman and teaching his kids some amazing values. All right.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm not sure how I can get that off of my phone here, but let me see. I'll have to try to work on that one, Ray, if I can. But
Yeah.
right.
It's something really cool that I found earlier. I should have told you before the show, but I was kind of doing a whole
Right.
bunch of shit. I'm gonna try to see if I can get it up through my email.
That's right. All right, let's get into
All right.
it then.
All
So,
right.
so the reason that I was really happy that just came out about Finn was because I'm dedicated this show to him in a way, because he's very space, moon, everything curious, and
Yeah.
so we're gonna start off with cleansing the palate. I thought this was just so adorable because it was his birthday. Whoa.
You want to hear it? Do you want to hear it?
Well, yeah, what's going on?
Every time I'm on here, I bring the sirens.
Holy cow!
Melanie Moran's got a 33 now for her avatar.
I saw that. Hopefully everyone's okay out there.
She made me some funny ass little things with me and Christian and Singe Man laughing.
I saw that.
I mean,
and
rapping, and I'm MC. I look like MC Hammer, and Christian looks like he's 50 Cent.
I saw that.
And
I don't know if I saw those.
she actually put Christian in the video as 50 Cent, and it's like the actual video for In the Club.
Is that the one that you showed me?
I can bring them up. I can bring them up if you want to watch them. I mean,
no, that's all right. But yeah, though it's funny because I just was talking to Jeannie because there's we were discussing how somebody does a facial thing or whatever and change faces on stuff like that. Where deep fake face stuff. And I said, all I remember about is I remember Jib Jab as like it's a thing that I used to do at like Christmas time, Office Max, when you put a picture and it would do it. And then all of a sudden you're playing Jib Jab last night. It was really funny. I hadn't thought about them in forever. But, yeah.
Well, everybody wants me to play it, but I'll do it
later.
I'll do it on my show later. Like after this, I'm going live anyway. So you guys better sub my new channels.
There you go.
I'm going live after this.
It's called a teaser.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into this. Let's see. So anyway, so this kid, they gave him dog toys. And then, of course, they apologized. They didn't realize it was dog toys. And I just like the reaction. They brought him a dog.
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna cry. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Say hi. Go say hi. That's your dog. Happy birthday, buddy.
Okay. Sorry, that one gets me in the feels.
My kid would not be that happy. I'm telling you that much. But
really?
Yeah. But that would make me feel good if I ever got my kid something and he started crying like, oh my god.
And with nowadays, I don't know what jokes you can say or not, but there was a comic strip and it showed the guy. It was like not Far Side, but one of those guys, and it showed he gave a rocking horse to his daughter. And she's crying, going, I wanted a pony. And then he's yelling, I wanted a son. So I don't know. It's funny, I thought, but
yeah.
Maybe not. Just me. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. Well, so the whole show basically here. Where are you guys? You're over here somewhere. The whole show basically is a scary space news. So here we go.
This week in Scary Space News.
All right. So, oh my God, they're coming for you again, Ray. Duck, dip. Oh shit. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So we're going to space and we're going to go look at what's going on. And I've covered this. Everyone's covered it. I haven't done it in a while. I have a lot of new people. And the whole reason that I'm called Ceiling Fan Man, which is because I looked up satellites in space and only found cartoons. And then eventually get to the Mariner 9 and the Mariner series, all of it basically looks like ceiling fans. And
Mariner 9 definitely 100% is a sailing fan. It has a little thing that you can pull on the side and everything. It's behind his head right there.
It's behind my head somewhere.
You thought that? I bet most people thought that was a sailing fan. If you didn't know, that's the Mariner 9 satellite.
Let's see. How do I do this?
That's the actual.
I think I do this. There.
Yeah, that's what they used.
Yeah.
That's what.
See that behind my over here. So you can see stars at night.
It looks like it's just a sailing fan in your house, like behind your head. You know what I mean? Blowing around.
Yeah. And they all look like that. The whole Mariner series.
Where is it? Where is it supposed to be? Mars? It's going around Mars. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. You know, the night before they were supposed to go to the moon the other day. You know, we were going to the moon. It was on the news. Everyone was like, "Yeah, we're going to the moon again." Yes, these flat earthers are wrong, right? And then I was like, I did a show that night that said nobody is going to the moon tomorrow, right? Sure enough, they scrubbed the mission. You know what I mean? Like, don't.
Well, I had boots on the ground. Finn lives out there, and he was going out there, and I joked with him. I said, it's not going to go off, and it didn't. Yeah. And then they went again. Got got
Yeah,
scrubbed a second time. Poor
yeah,
guys.
yeah. It's been a few times. So now they're gonna probably just keep scrubbing that mission. They're gonna
Yeah,
just keep
just keep
scrubbing
it
it.
down the kick the can down the road and take more of our money.
Yeah,
So
they'll probably
okay.
come up. Yeah.
So as it seems like weekly, they're telling us that there's asteroids coming to kill us. And then again, great cartoons. Here's the artist impression. We never see any real photos. My wife and I were discussing, we're still talking about Copernicus and his thing with the sticks and all that. Like with all the different spacecraft that's flying up there and satellites, take one actual visual picture that we can see that it's not been photoshopped and adjusted and this, that, and the other, and shut us up. Have the camera go all the way around, that kind of stuff. Show us that there's not a fourth wall or that there is.
That's a cartoon right there. That's all
Yeah,
fake.
of course.
It's all CGI. None of this is real. Look, that's not real. That's just a graph or a diagram that they spray painted together or whatever.
Yeah.
Photoshop. That
Yeah.
is probably like the Grand Canyon on Earth or somewhere like Death Valley or
Well, this is
Greenland.
called Meteor Crater. I've been there, but
Yeah.
we don't know what caused it.
All
but,
right, so that's on
yeah.
Earth. That's probably where they fake Mars at places like that. And then
well, that
what
one's
is
more
this?
of a touristy place. I don't know. I was just the main thing was that they're
Yeah.
telling us we're going to die again from these cartoons. And then
Yeah,
you
they
got this
they
one, but
never
don't
show us.
worry, some of them are diamonds. So the theory now is that Neptune and Uranus, giggity, are home to rains of diamonds. And so
Shine on, you crazy diamond.
exactly. Oh my gosh. It's like arguing with 10-year-olds. Like they just make stuff up on the fly. Like there's no way anyone can prove or disprove this. It's nonsense that now they think there are diamonds out there. How would you even know?
Well,
It's ridiculous.
the thing about the
It-
diamonds is kind of interesting because like the Freemasons use the diamond. The diamond is one of their symbols. It's all right. Like there's a diamond ring called the firmament ring. Did you know that?
No,
Look, you can look it up. It'll
I will. Here, I'll bring this off
the
screen while you
firmament
keep
ring,
talking.
the firmament diamond ring, and it's a ring that goes, it's a ring of diamonds. So like some people, did believe it sometime. I've heard a theory, the firmament might be diamonds. It might be made out of some sort of diamond. I'm not sure.
Well,
But
here's the thing I can tell you as far as the Bible discusses all the different things in the thrones of God and all that stuff. They're always color gemstones. They really don't discuss diamonds at all. But yet that's like the most precious stone here.
But
so,
but
and
they're,
it's
but they're also the
heart.
most plentiful. They're also the most plentiful, and the diamonds are everywhere in Africa. They try to make us think that they're rare and that they're expensive and all this. But did you know that like before like the 1930s, I think it was before the bear, and they started like this diamond is forever programming, and everyone has to buy their fiance a diamond ring that's like worth five months salary or something like that. Like before that, women used to wear like a ruby ring or like a different type of if you notice, like a lot of the older women that are like in the old age homes, their wedding ring isn't made out of diamonds. And if you ask them why, they tell you it's because back then those stones were worth more than diamonds. Like diamonds are just something they just made for us now.
Well, I'll
to
tell you
charge us
something.
a shitload of money.
There's another thing you can look into was that people would use pearls. And so they came up with a story. I think it was published in a periodical or something that basically said if pearl was not your birthstone, which is supposed to be for the month of June, that it was bad luck. And it was put out by the diamond industry. So yeah, you can tell where it's been angled because De Beers has had control of it forever. And they you would say that if it weren't for De Beers, diamond prices would be ridiculous. Well, they've always been ridiculous.
And like me and Michelle Whitwood, we were just engaged for like 15 years. We're not like gonna ever probably get married, but it's like if you think about the programming that they got on everybody, it's like 5 months worth of salary. Every man thinks they're supposed to spend.
It was
on
2.
like,
Is it maybe it's gone up?
I don't know. I think
plenty.
it's 5. I think it's 5 months salary, dude. That's what I heard. But 2
But then
2 months
they
salary.
came out with first they came out with all these different synthetics, but then they came out with synthetic or replacements, I should say. But then they came out with synthetic diamonds that were actually diamonds grown in a lab. and then they were able to make them with different like inclusions and things. So it's to the point where without a machine you can't tell the difference. So now they're actually putting, is it a real diamond or is it a man-made diamond, lab grown?
So the baseball diamond is a Freemasonic thing. We all know that. It measures exactly like 33 from like all the way around and all this crazy stuff. And
I didn't find this firmament ring that you were talking about though.
No, you didn't find it.
No,
didn't show up. The firmament ring, firmament diamond ring.
No, I get all the different Masonic rings. I don't need to go through all that. This is not this show.
No, it's not. It's not a Masonic ring. It's just a regular ring.
The firmament, yeah.
Let me see if I can find it.
Let's see. Firmament diamond ring.
I showed them on my show before.
Well, is it on like an enameled background? They're blue.
No, it was just a regular.
Anyway, you look for it, and
there's a whole bunch of them now.
Not even sure how we got into that.
Oh well, yeah, it's all right.
Oh, the asteroid. That's right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Made out of diamonds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So then
back on track.
We're back on track. All right.
Track.
The train's back on track.
Keep it moving.
Boom, baby.
Boom, baby.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Yeah, I can't find it.
That's right. How's everyone doing?
So we'll live. We'll make it without it. And
yes, you know what? They say you better put a ring on it, right? You get it?
Yeah.
Oh, my chat is something else. Oh, hey, there's the cow. How's it going? So, it's an accident. Cow had an accident. Sorry. Well, somebody got to clean up after the cow. What are we gonna do next? Let's see.
I'm salty and lit. That's a new one. I've never seen that.
You're salty and lit?
Did you see it? There's a name in there called "I'm Salty and Lit."
Oh my! Look at
this. That's welcome if you're new.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's a great name. I like it. I can't see what your sign says. It's something Jesus something. You're with. He says something. Something.
Hey, it looks like a Bible verse from here. So.
Oh, cool.
Maybe.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, but in any case, yeah. So when you see a double rainbow and one's a reflection mirror image of the other, never really thought about it. I'll have to check next time. It's fun to see those. But yeah,
there's always two rainbows. Even when you only see one, there's always one that's like right next to it. Sometimes it's faint. Sometimes you can see it. Sometimes you can't. But there's always two rainbows.
All right,
and they never move. They always stay in the same spot. It's just the way that the angle of the water and the light reflects and refracts. And
it's off the dome, obviously, because you can't recreate it in your house. You can't like shoot a hose in your house and see it.
You could. Yeah.
Okay, clickety click. We'll go here. All right, let's get into this. What do we have? All right, the diamonds are coming. Okay. So here's the inspiration for this show, is that, and I'm going to do my best to get this story correct. But I was talking to Finn, not to name drop, but he related a story to me about the moon shot that was supposed to happen, and as it turns out, 6 degrees of separation. There's a story from a gentleman that he helped build one of the engine parts. I'll just say for tonight, whatever, number nine, whatever. He worked on an engine part.
Number nine, the Beatles. Number nine.
That always gets in my head. So
if you play that backwards, it's saying
something.
It's saying something else. Yeah.
So they were some of my biggest influential handlers of my life. So I have a lot of their stupid trivia in my head.
I actually did it. I played it backwards with a record player, and it really worked. It really
worked. It does. Yeah, they had a lot of that backward masking that they were taught by Aleister Crowley, I guess.
I know, right? Like, how do they do it? I've been making music right now. Like, how would you even do something like that? Like,
dude, you want to hear? They supposedly the story of the benefit of Mr. Kite and the kaleidoscope noise at the end. It says that he took the mastered tape of the kaleidoscope person that played that music.
Yeah.
He cut it up. He threw it in the air, and then they taped it back together. Give me a break.
Yeah.
But they really had some amazing things that they did. But I believe there was a whole team behind them now. It's no longer just 4 dudes figured it all out. They were very talented dudes, but I definitely believe there was a machine behind them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
You don't go from Love Me Do to Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, which is an obvious reference to Satan. You know what I mean? It's like you just don't make that leap overnight. And they did all that Maharashi Shashi stuff, right? And they did all that stuff.
The yellow submarine not being all yellow anymore.
That's weird.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal to me. I don't know. It
is.
It bothered me a little bit.
You brought it up to me. You were the first person that I saw that did it. And I have that one. There's one picture still that you can see where they're all making satanic signs. That was one of the things that woke me up. I think it was on a Russian vid thing. Here, let's see. Yellow submarine. Let's see. Clickety click. Oops. There.
Yeah, it was all yellow like that. There
Images.
you go. Then even that's orange. Even that's a little orange.
See, like this turned white, but there's one picture of them, the 4 of them in front of the poster, where they're all doing signs.
Yeah, it'll probably disappear if you don't still have it. You know what I'm saying? It probably won't stick.
Here it is. This one. So
yeah,
look,
that's the way I remember it.
So I never noticed this and this. Like, what a random thing to just be doing. Fine, whatever.
Yeah.
But
the 33
see, this
and
is
the devil sign. It's just so cool to do the 33 and the devil sign together.
Yeah.
It's just the coolest thing in the world for them.
Yeah,
they love
these
it.
guys were all. He was definitely all about. Conforming.
All right, guys. They're like, all right, hold up the big devil sign now. Hold up the 33. They're like, make sure you get it in there. They're like, the CIA knew maybe in like 25, 30, 50 years they were going to change it so it's not all yellow. Like, all right, hold up the yellow so it's all yellow. Like, who knows? I don't know who's doing the Mandela effect, but like it seems kind of strange how like all these things are changing like 50, 60, 70 years down the road. And like then the point, like, I don't know. It's weird.
Because we have to say that when they decided to do this picture, they got this part wrong,
Well, look at the one up on the left, the way it looks now with the white top and the white little fin on the back. And look, it has a red line now, and it's like orange looking. And then look at that one that's like all yellow. And even that's a little orangey looking. It was like yellower before. Like that looks orange to me now. So I don't know.
But I just think it's funny. This guy was the king of not going with the establishment, and yet all the rock stars are doing this, so he's going to do it too. No, sorry, they have to do these things. That's part of the deal.
So so Paul was fake, right? The real Paul died in the car accident. Is that how it goes?
Potentially, that's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go again. So then what about John, dude? Did he really get shot, or was that just a whole thing?
You can look into that. You know what? I think what's that one guy that does Mike Williams? One of them does a whole breakdown on these guys, especially fake Paul. But his story is, if you look at the autopsy, there's like one photo, doesn't even look like him. The bullet numbers and where they hit him don't match in the report. There was a big missing amount of time between when he was shot and when the call was called in. There's also the weirdness that Mark David Chapman, they always have 3 names, happened to be there that night, had him autograph an album cover of the thing he was working on. He'd been retired forever and got a picture of it at the same time, then goes back to shoot him there. And there's just so many weird things that are going on with it now. Who even knows? I mean, this dude, how many times did they kill him? Somebody climbed through a wall and stabbed him, and he lived through that. And then I think he got lung cancer and then some other cancer. And I don't know. I think he died twice that I know. I don't know. But it's just like, and this guy was probably the handler, because remember they got rid of the original dude, Pete Best. They threw him out and put in Ringo. He was probably the paid CIA guy. And they took this guy out because he wasn't going to go along with it. And he went along with the scene. That's the way I see it. But who knows?
Yeah, Ringo nowadays still, like, he was on Plus, he was in that Channel 2 kids programming for a while. Remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah. The what do you call it?
Thomas
The
the
train.
Tank. Yeah, Thomas the Tank.
Which has
Engine.
changed. Thomas the Train has always been Thomas the Tank Engine. That's weird to me, but
I
yeah.
remember him as Thomas the Tank Engine, but now it's like Thomas the Train, Thomas Tank Engine, Thomas the
Yeah.
Tank Engine.
Well,
Thomas
just
the
like
Tank.
Where's Waldo is only Where's Waldo everywhere else. I think he's Where's Waldo. I don't even know, but now it's Where's Wally in most of the world. Like, that's weird. I never knew it was ever called Where's Wally.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. But we're not talking about
wait,
the moon.
wait. Where's Wally? Wait up. Where's Wally? That's a new one. I never even heard this.
Here.
I've never even seen a Where's Wally. Where's Wally?
Where
117
Wally.
watching.
Yeah, see, Where's Wally?
No way. There's no fucking way, dude.
It's
No
not
way.
Waldo. Why did you think Waldo? It's always been Where's Wally? But see, here in North America. So according to this now, this changed again, but according to North America, it's always been Where's Waldo. But I know there's people that watch me in Britain and so forth. They've always, I guess, known Wally, but I never knew this. You think I would have remembered, oh, it's only Waldo here and Wally everywhere else. You know what I mean? It's not that hard to remember that.
Yeah. No, there's no way. I've never seen a Where's Wally book. Why would they do that? Why would they change it to Wally? It's not as cool. Waldo. It's Waldo, dude. If people start going along with Where's Wally, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do. If people are like, yeah, I remember Where's Wally. I don't know. I might snap.
Oh my goodness.
Oh god.
Oh no, not Waldo, says DJ. Yep, Waldo is taking.
Look, there he is taking a dump.
That's the Mandela effect for you people. There you go. Where's Wally?
I'm Boston Ray, and that's my slice of the mud.
I like that little clip. That's good. Okay, what do we got here? So anyway, so the story way back when we were starting this discussion, Finn's already gone to bed probably, but so someone, I'm this keeping it all separate. Someone talked to a gentleman who worked on part of this rocket, and told them that he helped design whatever this part was, and so they needed him to go, keep an eye on the project and make sure it's all done correctly and tested out and all that. And this was being done in Texas. See, again, I don't understand why they have all this huge machinery there where they outsource it, but whatever. So this is done in Texas. But then
Crazy.
he has to take the part and drive it to Florida.
Those computers look like they're like the ones in 1985 that they taught me how to type on in school. Like,
well, this is old pictures, I think, of this was the old one, I believe. But
come on,
case,
NASA. They should have better stuff than that. Get it together. They're taking all of our money. What's up, Joe? Joe's here.
Hey, Joe. Okay, so here we go. Check this out. So he has to drive this huge part, like it's a big cone-shaped thing, and he's got to drive it from Texas to Florida to the launch. Well, he can't stay at like at a Best Western and leave it out of the parking lot. So he goes to a KOA campground. And so that's where he has it overnight. And then he takes it, I don't even know where, to get to this rocket to do this launch. But the thing about the story is the person that is relating this story is this gentleman's sister. And she shows here, you can listen and you'll hear his voice. This is him saying his, when they go, is that good? Roger, we're get set to go. Whatever they say, you can hear him. They call him and they hear him. And just like all of us or all of you, I would assume this is what I picture, these shots that they show us of, mission control and everyone biting their fingernails and stuff. And this is mission control. But as it turns out, mission control is now like this. You can do it remotely. And he wasn't even there. And as it turns out, Mission Control Center is more of a PR thing. for the media to come in, and who knows who these people are. Most likely, as we were discussing, of a certain club, and only specific people get invited to the actual mission control room, because now they outsource it and they don't even have to be there. And the idea is, well, they have special people here just in case everything goes down, and then they'll have like a backup with these people in here. But no, they're not even there now. And so when we get into these conversations, it's like, how can you do this? Too many people would be involved. Well, now it's much easier because they're not even there. So I thought that was pretty interesting and big news. What do you think there, Ray?
Yeah, I think that there might have been never anybody there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's very true. That's very true.
This too.
Boom, baby! Boom, baby!
That's what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, it was never
They've
anybody there. Now
No.
they're just letting us know there's nobody there. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
They're
And
like,
whoever's in there, it's a studio with actors they put in who are the higher ups that know what's going on.
It's
Who
like
knows?
it's like security guards and stuff that they hire to like watch the place when nobody's there. Like
Yeah.
a night, yeah, like you go there and they're like, oh no, you can't come in. It's closed or something. Well, when do they open? Like next Sunday. All right. See you then.
And
Next
everything that we're going to talk about, shout out to Steve JMO. He and I used to talk about this coincidence show. All I'm going to do is give you a whole bunch of things to make you question it. Because here's the way I'm looking at it, is none of us will be able to prove our side, say flat earth or domed earth or whatever. We can't prove it, but I'm going to show you that they don't prove ball earth. And so if I'd like to make the audience, if you are questioning our position, prove your position. And that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you all of the areas that I'd like you to look into to explain to me why I'm finding these anomalies. And that's how
I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's
Okay.
go. All right.
All right. So here we go.
All right.
Clickety click.
But yeah, we all know that they're lying and it's not a globe.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But I'm talking to new people maybe that aren't familiar with this, and hopefully I'll get somewhere and make them at least question it like we did. Because
for me, it was about God. Okay. That's what really
Right.
attracted me. The fact that this place was created for us and we're in the center and everything revolves around you. Everything revolves around you, and it was put here for you. And they're trying to take it from us and gatekeep it. That's what really got me into it.
Because that is it. To me, the end all isn't where you live, flat earth, Bible earth, whatever. It's not Mandela effect. It's none of that. It's they're hiding God. And just like Ray said, we're not saying we're special. We're saying everyone is equally special in God's eyes. And once you realize that he's right here, and it's not just like a thing, to make you feel good or do moral things.
He's
no,
with
it's
you.
a real thing. And
he's with
right
you
here.
at all times. At all times, he's with you. He sees everything. He's omnipresent.
Well, it was your stream that made me think of that, because you said, because we talk about how like these machineries make it so the other side can see everything that we do.
Well,
whereas
if you think about
God created us, and so these are his eyes, and he sees everything I do. He hears everything.
The cameras that you see everywhere when you go out. Well, if you're living in the city like me, and like you probably where you guys are in the country, some of you or wherever, you might not have them, but they're everywhere on every pole. It almost looks like they live. It's like there's satellite dishes and cameras and Wi-Fi and all kinds of stupid shit on every pole. And it's like you go out and you look at it, and that's Satan trying to do what God does, put eyes in the sky everywhere, right? Like, but they're never going to be as good as God's eyes, no matter what he tries to do with this technology. It's never going to be as good as what, everything that God makes is perfect and everything that man makes has flaws. So Satan might be instructing man to like put these things everywhere so he can see everything just like God, but it's not going to work in the end. It's not going to be as good, but that's basically what I see with the cameras everywhere. Yeah, it's Satan.
That's excellent. No, I agree with all that, Ray, and that's why it's so important to get a relationship, because then when God's with you, no one can overcome you. That's just the way it is.
God can really see everything all at once.
Yeah.
Satan can try, but he's not going to be able to.
I learned that from you because in the passages that I'm reading, it talks about how you can't even hide in the closet and stuff. It even says like a bird will hear you. But regardless, if
Yeah.
if God created us, and so everything is in essence, we're all connected. So he's seeing through my eyes, he's hearing through my ears. He touches. So every single moment of my life, there's been two witnesses, me and God. And that's why you can't hide anything. And that's why you don't have to wait until you're a better person to find him. He doesn't care. He knows every single thing you've ever done. And he doesn't care. He loves you for it. He just wants a relationship.
Everything on the earth has intelligent design. Every animal, every tree, everything that God designed, right? So just look at it like every squirrel, every bird, every deer, every skunk that you see is one of God's cameras, and he's watching. So
I like it.
Be careful.
All right. Let's get into some more space things. So yeah, so they do it from somewhere else now, which is interesting because when I looked at, you can look into the monstrosity of this building that they built back then. And so other than when they allow, like children and visitations and stuff, who is in this room? It's probably always just been this, just a big photo op, no matter what year or decade. That's the way I see it. And these people, even if these are invited guests, what are they watching? They're watching the same television video screen or whatever.
It looks like a flat Earth fest for like NASA people. They're doing demonstrations. They got some bands coming in.
And I've seen 1,000 movies like this. It's amazing to me that I never really took the time to think that there aren't all the people that worked on it in this room. And here's like the more current one. See?
Yeah, so these people, look,
they could be at the Holiday Inn.
They're surrounded by TV screens and they think it's real. They're like, yes! They're like, Michigan truck 10, blast off! They're like, they're probably all like doing drugs in the bathroom. And they're like, yeah!
Well, allegedly. No, but what I do notice is this looks like a meeting room that you would rent out at, I don't know, Shriners Hall or something. And then look, they got temporary office chairs. And like you said, it looks off, after this is over, the launch, then they go to off-track betting and then they hire the same people, right?
They look like they're under the ground in some sort of bunker or something, right? Like, who knows, like some basement somewhere. Like, you could show them anything on those screens and they believe it. Like, it's all, and plus it looks like they're looking at all computer generated shit too. So
that's all it is for them.
They believe it. They think it's real.
I mean, even this stuff.
Some of the people that work there, they know that, they think that it's real. They don't even know. They tricked everybody. They know exactly what to tell each and every type of person along the way to get them to believe it. Like, they compartmentalize everybody for a reason, and they tell everybody a different type of programming. Like, so these people probably are programmed differently than the astronauts that are already probably, the astronauts probably know. The ones that are going up in the capsule that are pulling the shenanigans and not actually going to space, they probably know they're lying. Like Buzz Aldrin and all them, they probably know that they didn't go to the moon. But who knows? Maybe they make them think they went, like
I definitely believe the astronauts, they're paid off. They've done the rituals and stuff, but these guys, they're hired to do a job. And they're, like you say, everything on there is as a computer screen animation. That's everything. So it's so easy to fake this part. That's why you don't need everyone in on it.
If they stick you in like some small little space capsule with like, 7 people, right? Say, and there's like barely any room. Like, because I went to the one at the Museum of Science, and I have footage of it. It's tiny, right?
Yeah.
There's like 2 little beds in there, and they shove you all in there. And
I saw that one too,
and they zing you around in some jet, like high speed, or shoot you through the sky or something. And then they're like, "Oh, you went to outer space." Like, you wouldn't really know. Like, you'd come back and be like, "Oh, thank God I'm still alive." Like, thank God I made it. Like, all right, I went to space. Whatever you say. Like,
maybe. I really do believe that those people have to be. That's why. Well, in fact, I'm going to talk about it. 3 of the guys that I think, well, at least one of them didn't want to go along with the lie, and they took them out. So I believe they do that too at these astronauts.
Yeah.
If they don't want to go along. Look, watch Capricorn 1. Have you ever seen that? You guys look for the movie Capricorn 1. It's basically telling you how they faked the moon landing, but they did it on Mars, which, coming soon to a theater screen near you.
I think when Buzz told that little 5 or 6-year-old girl that we didn't go there, and
Mm-hmm.
because we need to understand why we didn't go there, and so that doesn't happen again. So whatever he said, I think he was telling her the truth. I think he
Yeah,
was telling her the
that's
truth.
part of it too. Is they have to let us know that they're deceiving us, and then if we continue to accept the lie, well, now we've given away free will. That's part of this system that we're in, and they have to work off of it too. Which is another reason why I find it fascinating that people are like shunning, say, the existence of God or Jesus or the Bible, and yet we all agree that the people that are running this place, they're using this as their guidebook. And if you believe that there's satanic worship and there is a Satan, then why can't you not believe that there's also a God? It doesn't make sense. You need
So
both ends of the battery, right? What?
so I see in the chat someone said O.J. Simpson, what a role, right? So David Zimmery. So the O.J. Simpson trial, right? It was we know it was a hoax, right? So right. And did you know that during the O.J. Simpson trial was the first time that they introduced DNA into the criminal justice system, right? Like DNA testing. That was the
I'd heard
first.
that. And that's
Yeah,
also where we got
first.
and we're not going to say it, the N word. That's where that all started too. Yeah.
So I didn't know that, but yeah. So if the O.J. Simpson trial was a hoax, right? Then what if DNA is just a way for
Well,
them to like trick criminals into admitting something when
yeah.
if you have a guilty conscience? They're like, oh, we got your DNA, and you're like, oh my God, I'm fucked. All right, I did it, and you just like admit it. And then they're like, all right, we got them.
Here's the way I see that now. I do believe that there is something to this DNA thing. I definitely do, because you can also look at the encoding, and when you get into numerology, it actually spells out God's name, Yahweh, as you break it down. So I believe that. But as far as like what you're saying, do they have the technology?
So like,
I'm not sure, because now after I see what the mess they've done with the PCR test, and I've learned so much more about the cycles and all that stuff. Who's to say? Garbage in, garbage out. So I don't know. I hope that they're using it and it is accurate, like they say. But you're
I
right.
don't know.
It could just
I
be
don't know
also
for
partly
sure.
confessions. Yeah.
I'm just asking questions. That's all. Just
that's all we can do.
Trying to start a conversation. Keep it going, keep it moving. But it's just put it out there. Let people think about it. See what you think.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We're going to here. Clickety click. Let's see. We were here. All right. Let's get rid of those guys. Oh, this was just where I got a bunch of the pictures. You can go on here. Here, I'll throw this in the chat if you guys ever want to look. There's a lot of cool pictures. Let's see. Copy. I think you guys are over here. And I don't know if you're doing some NASA looking, you can maybe find some pictures there that might be helpful. So we'll put this paste in here. Hi, Rockfin people. B.F. Skinner trained him. Okay, let's see. Where were we? We were over here. So we get rid of that. I also found it interesting, this symbol here. They're going to the moon and they're using Apollo. Okay, well, whatever.
Wait up. This is the new one?
This was back in Apollo 13. That's the one Tom Hanks almost crashed.
The Apollo missions were 1968 through 72 is when they were. And they had how many of them? 13 of them, supposedly? Right?
Yeah.
Or did they never do the 13th one, and that's why they made the movie, and there was only 12? I don't know. I seen it all at the science.
I think they did more than that. I think they had other names of missions, too. I think we went to the moon now. I think it's like 6 or 7 times.
There's a mission when they went to Mars now, a new Mars mission that showed up in the 1978. Look it up. NASA
I'm all about Mars. Oh, come on. All right, I'll check
1978. It looks so
it's
fake.
probably my satellite, because the Mariner program is going around in 72 and stuff. That was one of the things that freaked me out. My whole life, there was a question. Is there water on Mars? Turns out, if you look at the thing now, oh, no, they found it back in the 70s with the Mariner satellite. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. That was news. But, so, yeah. And for those of you, 2 things are bothering me. Now, maybe this is just me, but this JFK speech when he says we choose to go to the moon, I I swear, whoops, not subtitles. How do we fix this? I swear, he said, and we choose to go to the moon and this, that, and the other thing. And now he doesn't say that. He says,
we choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things.
In this decade. It's weird. Now, maybe everyone's always heard it that way, because when you look at the speech, that's what he says. He says, we choose to go to the moon in this decade, but he says decay.
Yeah,
and
he
then,
used to say decade. What happened? Is it a Mandela? Is it changing?
well, to me, I remember him saying, and this, that, and the other thing. And now he doesn't say that. He
doesn't say that either?
No, he
Play it
says,
again.
and it goes this
Play it again.
decade.
Play it again,
okay,
Sam.
okay. It was bothering me.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but
He just says in this decade and do the
Yeah.
other things.
Not because they're easy, but because they were hard.
It's not there.
Really?
Yeah, here's the speech. Not because it'll be easy, because it'll be, well, I think he says that after, but now he says, and this, that, and the other thing, which I remember because you can look it up, and it's funny. Yeah, there's Sir Walter Scott is the first place they say it happened in 1824, and then Upton Sinclair, of course, in 1911, and then Gilligan's Island and the Little Dictator. But this, that, and the other things, that wasn't part of Kennedy's speech, even though when you type that into a search, you get a lot of Kennedy speeches. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it was weird.
Yeah.
So
I found the thing. So
in any case.
So can I show this what I found real quick? It's the Mars mission. All right, let me see. Let me bring it up. All right, so this is the one I was thinking of. So and I don't take this with a grain of salt, obviously. I mean,
I was just reading Daryl's comment. Yeah,
people were telling me about it. It's like supposedly this new leaked NASA footage of manned mission to Mars in 1973. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I was just I'm getting both sides of the story on the decade and stuff. So, but yes, okay, where are we at? Here we are.
All right, let me see if
leaked footage. Oh, is this breaking news, Ray? Hang on, we got to break it. Hang on.
All right, go ahead.
Where is he? He's over here somewhere. Okay.
Breaking news.
Okay, that's good.
so apparently we went to Mars in 1973 in a secret mission. Look, and this is the pictures that NASA's given.
Stop it.
Can you see it?
Yeah, can you make it larger?
I don't know. I don't want to
see. There, I did. I did it. Okay.
Yeah, if you put us underneath, it'll go full screen. If you click the one right next to us, the box right next to us underneath. Yeah, there you go. Whatever.
Oh, here you're talking about there.
Put us on the bottom instead of on the side. Sometimes it works better. It depends on what you're trying to show. But
I don't.
It look,
okay.
yeah, it looks
you
better.
Want us over here? You want us over here?
No, that one was good. The way it was good. It don't matter.
This better?
So,
how's that? Okay, we're good.
All right, so a film supposedly leaked from NASA shows blurry footage from a manned mission to Mars in 1973. The film would show some wobbly cam footage of the planet. Oh, it's obviously always a wobbly cam footage. It's always shitty fucking.
Oh,
footage.
so this isn't official NASA. This is supposed, but this is wow.
Conspiracy theorists believe that this is being kept from the ordinary public for various sinister reasons, and that NASA and other governments covertly in contact with the aliens. Video was claimed. Yeah, well, they're in contact with aliens, but it's not from another planet. A demon.
Yeah. Well, the ball pictures really convinced me. I'm telling you.
Look at this one right here. It doesn't even look like a ball. It's like an oval on the bottom. Yeah. Claims to be a mission to Mars. Some of these, there's the current. Look at this one.
Oh, that looks real.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Now you got me. The Martian.
The Martian is
I like how it says Getty picture because they always are.
Curiosity, a giant hoax pointing to vehicles shining solar panels as evidence.
Well, now you've got me convinced. I'm sure I've convinced Finn now too.
Yeah. So I don't know.
That was fun though.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. How do we get out of here? Let's see.
I seen the video of it. There's a video of it too. I don't know. The video is really weird.
Let's see. All right. Oh, I thought this was interesting. Do you know that this is supposedly the very first photo of the Earth from space? And it was taken by Lunar Orbiter 1, August 23rd, 1966. And there it is. So, and we haven't been able to do anything like that since. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows what that even is? But let's see. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So this is what I wanted to go into. So when you look at these pages of stuff, and you get down to how they trained for it, they created, there's that same picture, and they created, where is it? Now this is supposedly, this is the actual wide angle view of the moon. Whoops, where'd it go? Let's make this larger. There, you can see that pretty good. And you see how you can even see they make sure they have separate lines to tell you it's a composite. And that's the first wide angle view of the dark side of the moon. That's taken by Pink Floyd, I guess.
Yeah, I think the dark side of the moon thing, right? I think it's because the moon is flat. I don't think that there is no dark side of the moon. I think the moon is a reflection off the dome of our greater realm underneath us, and it's a map too. That's what I think. And
I'm liking everything I'm hearing there. So
and I'm Boston Ray, and that's my slice of the mud.
I like it. We're going for a new tagline. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. This was all right. So let's get out of that. But this is what I wanted to talk about is two things. Where is it? Sorry. You think I would have had this
Don't worry,
properly. Here it is.
Something too.
Oh, it's the same page over and over. That's what happened. You know, they go through anyways. So see what he's working on here. This is a they did a replica of the moon, and it was a project called Lola, Lola, named after Jen's cat. And at the time, it was $2 million. And so what they did is they got a moon map of all things, and they recreated not just this gigantic moon ball, but also they had these areas that they could walk and fake and stuff. And this is all indoors and simulate the landing and all this stuff. And then I also have this video on how they can pretend that they're actually floating in space. And all these things that were being used back in the 60s. The technology that we're discussing today, which is even better, they were doing way back then. And you can look into this Lola program and see here. Here's a good shot of it. Let's see. Make this larger. And it wasn't so bad that it was random. They took meticulous time with their NASA Disney artists, and recreated the moon through all the pictures and whatever that they had of the full moon and stuff. And so they created this very convincing looking moon structure. And so you have a moon simulator that I believe could be used.
It really looks like what they show us as the moon. Yeah, it looks legit. Too legit to quit. If I had that thing in my basement, I would never give it up. I'd always be faking the moon. Every day. I'd be in there every day faking the shit out of everything. I'd be doing experiments in there. I'd be trying to make people believe I was on the moon. I'd try to make people believe I had a base on the moon. I would try to make people I had moon rocks for sale. I would go I would go nuts.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, and look, you can even see these have lines in them too, just like that thing that we were looking at. But yeah,
look at this guy. This guy loves it. You see him? Look at him. He's like, yes. He's like faking the moon for NASA. He's like, everyone's gonna believe this shit. We're gonna show them some stupid paper mache bullshit. It's geopolymer. That could be geopolymer right there.
Well, I don't know, but I do know he's using a square and compass. So just saying, because why is he holding it up for this shot? It's kind of funny, but yeah, they were very meticulous in making this thing, and we've seen these big domes and stuff. And so
Yeah.
that's
And
yeah.
and the dome represents the firmament because we're under a dome, and also because they use it for getting signals and different things. It's like a satellite dish. It's
Yeah. And that thing that I dropped, or you guys can do your own looking for photos, because when you find the actual photos, the interesting thing to look for is because I've seen them, I don't think it's on this one necessarily, but shadows going the wrong directions and stuff with one light source, and the crosshairs that are behind people instead of on top of them, because it's the camera lens,
I've thought about that too myself. The shadows going different ways and how they say that, okay. Let me play devil's advocate here. Not that I'm like a NASA shill and I'm defending them or anything, but
no,
all
are welcome.
All right, if you were on the surface of the moon, right? Don't you think the sun might hit it a little differently than it would the Earth, because you're not in a bubble.
What's interesting is when it's a full moon, you can read outside. That thing is lit up like a light, and yet.
But no, I know.
Why isn't it like that where these guys are?
No, the moon.
Why isn't it translucent?
Why isn't it like silver at least? Because they try to tell us like it's a reflection. Well, then why isn't it like a mirror? Like nothing's gonna reflect off of that dirt. Who the fuck are you serious?
Hopefully by the time we get to the end of my tabs, we have
the moon. The moon has its own light. The moon's light is cold light. It's called cold light. They probably didn't teach you about cold light in school, did they? Have you ever learned about cold light in school?
You're asking me? No, I learned on it in my
in school
YouTube,
though, no, right?
No,
yeah, I learned about
of course
YouTube.
not.
So the cold light, we've measured it, observed it, tested it. All right, it's measurable, observable, testable fact. All right, that the moon has cold light. So it's exactly opposite of the sun's light. So the sun's light is warmer in the shade, warmer in the sun and cooler in the shade. Sorry, warmer in the sun and cooler in the shade. That's the sun's light, right? The moon's light is warmer in the shade and cooler
in the moonlight.
In the moonlight.
True.
It's the exact opposite.
Yeah, in fact, you can test it yourself. You can get those little testers and shoot it on moonlight, and you'll see.
There's no way it's a reflection off of the sun. It has its own light, its own completely different type of light. When you stand in front of it at night, you can feel it's cold.
I'll tell you what. I'll jump ahead to this. Where is it? Where are you guys? Clickety click. Oh, that is you.
I have something I want to show.
So this one, check this out. This is on Russian Vids. If you guys don't know who he is, it's called RV Truth, and this just came out a few days ago.
I love RV. Shout out to RV.
Yeah, he does a really good work. Really,
I was
great work,
I was a mod on his channel for a while with my Michelle L channel, but then they, they took that channel down, and now I'm no longer a mod. But
sometimes it's a lot of extra work.
It is a lot. It is a lot of work. But I got good at moderating, working for him, because everybody that comes in is half the people trolls. It's fun. If you ever become a Russian Vids mod, it's actually fun because you get the people.
I'm sorry.
Whoa. I thought that was me.
No, I hit the button.
All right, go ahead. Play it. No, play it. Go ahead.
I'm trying. Oops. Here we go. Okay. So he
model. As you can see, the top portion of the moon should be illuminated and the bottom portion should be darkened.
That's fast.
Just another image
go here.
representing supposed orbit of the moon.
You guys can
you
can look at it on his
Take a look here.
But what I wanted to show was so he showcases how this gentleman who wants to
see this,
film the eclipse.
See this?
I've seen this.
Yeah, by the model that they tell us.
Yeah.
Actually, since the moon's going into Earth's shadow, it should be going the other way. It shouldn't be going this way. And what's interesting is this gentleman came out here
clear as day
to basically
all those people saying the lunar eclipse debunks the flat Earth.
This gentleman came out to see, this event, and it's interesting because he doesn't understand it.
I said
which
the same exact day
makes sense.
They get the same.
No one understands it.
While at the same time behind us, the sun is already beginning to rise. So it's going to be a very interesting and beautiful experience.
So it's about 6:55, and as you can see, we're getting a little bit brighter out here. You can see the shadow creeping across the moon. It's a little hard to see, I'm sure, in the camera.
So,
but from here,
so you can clearly see, the sun's setting down over here, but yet you see the shadows up on top.
nice and clearly, it's about a third of the way covered. The moon is starting to turn nice and orange. Over on the right shoulder, you can see downtown St. Louis, the nice early morning sun, which is getting very bright. The eastern horizon behind us.
Let's see, where does he say this?
It's practically day here. So it's now about 7:04 a.m. The stacks of the refinery back there, we can shadow, and it's turning a sort of pale orange, pinkish color. But with the bright morning sun coming up, there's the shadow to come upward.
Here we go.
What I find very interesting is I was expecting the shadow to come upward across the moon, as it would go down and it would pass its shadow, and actually it's going the other way around.
There you go.
So
It's
how
because
is
the
that
indoctrination.
It's not possible, but what they teach us. So check out this on his channel. But then he also goes over what's actually in my ending credits. All the different agencies have different views of the moon. But here's the thing that kind of got me, Ray, is that, and I never really thought about this before, is when you see the moon out during the day, which to me happens way more than it used to when I was a child. But in any case.
Yeah, me and Sue Finelli, we always we take pictures of the moon out during the day, and she's on the West Coast and I'm on the East Coast. She's in California and I'm in Boston. And we both see it out during the day on the same days, and we both send each other pictures. I have so many pictures from Sue Finelli and me taking pictures of the moon out in the daytime. And then people try to debunk it. They come on my channel and they leave comments about it. And they're like, well, that happens once every 29 days or once every 28 days or something, right? But no, it was a week in a row one time. Me and Sue, the moon was out every day for a week in a row. And then why do you only see half of it right there?
Well, here's what he plays on it, and I never thought about this because I've filmed the moons. Everyone does, but I filmed it so much in my original awakening. I have so many I could play tons. But when it's at night, it's black, and when it's during the day, it's blue. And he, I believe, shows a very good view, proving his point.
You see, real quick, the craters right there look like land. They've always looked like land to me. I don't
we'll
give
come
a
back
shit
to that moon map, but I want to show you this. I think this is interesting. Is he brings up the point? There's a gentleman that I have that calls the moon a plasma. It's not a solid.
Yeah, that's
what I believe. You're seeing through it, and you'll see. I'll roll the video
for
here.
A little bit here. Again, you can see the transparency right through the moon. It's the blue sky you're seeing behind the moon.
Right there.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Move up a little bit more here. And there you go. Okay, you want to explain this for all those that believe that the moon is 238,000 miles away? See what you're looking at here? The moon is semi-transparent. But again, going back to this image, you see the dark areas. You're looking at the dark sky through the moon, just as I showed here. The blue sky through the moon. 100%, without a shadow of a doubt. This proves the flat earth. And once again, everything is within the firmament. Now, people talk. I should mention this as well. I mentioned this before. I get this question asked almost daily. What about meteorites that fall to earth? Understand, everything, again, is within the dome, within the firmament. Everything that's falling down, as it states in the Bible, stars fall to the earth. And this is what basically happens. That thing goes through the dome. Waters above, like the Bible states. Very simple. Once again, once you understand this simple image right here will prove without a shadow of a doubt that the moon is not 238,000 miles away. It's definitely within the so-called atmosphere. Again, this moon itself during the daytime proves we live on a flat earth within the firmament. And also, like I stated in my previous video, what's the deal when we get a moon during the daytime? Of course, the sun and moon at the same time. What does the other side of the supposed ball earth get? The sun and the moon basically circle around the flat earth, just like a clock. This is exactly what you're seeing.
So,
yeah.
What do you think of that? I thought that was pretty cool. That you can see through it,
I just think that I love Russian vids because he sticks to the biblical cosmology.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
I'll throw that in
you can tell that he believes, he really believes in Jesus. He really believes in God. He's really a Christian. He's going against people in the community that he believes are not believing in God and stuff like that. I feel.
Well,
Which
again,
I'm
and
not
I try
really.
to stay out of all the different,
Yeah, the
fights and
drama.
all that stuff. But I'll tell you something.
I just like
There's
his
very few
original.
people that talk about God and Jesus, and you're one
Yeah.
of them, and he's one of them, and myself and Jen, and so that's why I'm here. That's why I keep doing what I'm doing.
I mean, it's not like I won't ever like go outside the biblical cosmology. Like I'll look at like like the theory that we might be on like a bubble wrap. You ever heard of that? Like
No.
we live in all right. Like the bubble wrap, right? Like the way the bubble wrap looks.
Yeah.
The one. Well, what if we were like one bubble, right? The flat Earth was like one bubble, and then there was like tons of bubbles all around us. I know it goes against the Bible and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But
Well,
like,
see, that's the difference as far as the way I am working through my progress is the things that have connected me spiritually to prove to me that things in the Bible and God and Jesus and those things exist are personal things that have happened to me. So it doesn't matter whose stream or what book or at what discussion happens. You can't unconvince me of something I've experienced. And so um, the Bible tells me there's one earth, it's stationary, it's circular. We don't know the exact shape of it, but it has some depth to it. There might be more lands. In fact, I know there is because he talks about certain areas we can't even go to. And then he also says that he's protecting us. So that's basically the way I am. And the bubble thing is fun, but for me, it doesn't resonate. That's all. But
yeah,
okay.
I know what you mean. That's why I like sticking with the biblical cosmology. It always seems to ring true, but it's good. It's fun to look at other theories too.
Yeah. Well, I'm fine with that. Yeah. Okay. Where are we at here? Let's see. Got 113 people. Sweet. And then more
Beautiful.
people on Rockfin. Thank you all for being here. All right. Let's keep deep diving in the moon. Let's see. What is this? I don't know. There's all you can go for days on these NASA pages and all the stuff that they buy and spend and so forth. And who's this? The lunar I don't know. Okay. Well, let's move on to cover that. Okay. Oh, that's it. We were here. And I think we covered that. So we're good. Project Lola, which was a couple $1 million. And then they supposedly shut it down right after the Apollo missions ended, coincidentally. I know it's just a coincidence. But yeah, they stop using it after they stopped going to the moon. And then what does Don Pewitt or whatever say? They destroyed all the technology and lost all the tapes, and it's too expensive to do it, which is true because it's cost us billions and billions of dollars, and we still haven't gotten the new rocket off the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get my links in the chat real quick.
Oh, no worries. So Lola cost $2 million in 1969. That was the fake moon, and that would be around $16 million in today's money, which is just chump change to NASA. And then you can go and do this yourself and look at all of these things cost us money. And some of them didn't even make it and blew up on the launch. You could go through the list of all the missions. Look, here's another image of the far side of the moon. This looks totally different than the last image that we just looked at.
Yeah.
So they can't even keep their lies straight. This is now the first image of the far side, and it didn't look anything like this.
Thanks, Melanie. Yeah, I need people to sub that new channel because my other channels are down for a week. The other one's down for 2 weeks. It's important. All right, go ahead.
So some of these, they just blow up and so forth. So I went through this list and I looked through some of them, and and we also want to cover the car now.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this thing. This thing is friggin' ridiculous. And was there more than one moon buggy, or was there just one?
I think
there was more than one.
4 or so. I don't know. But again, unless you can say to me that they built it right here, there's no tire tracks.
What's gonna hold them in? I mean, wouldn't the vacuum of space just suck them right out of there? Like, like that suit is gonna protect you. I was showing how the vacuum chambers crush train cars like a can. But like this thing, like, oh yeah, you can just drive around with like a stupid little satellite dish on a pole that looks like a microphone stand that it's on. You know, it looks like something from the movie Star Wars, kind of like. What about those tires? Are those special? The air in the tires? How does that work? How does the air stay in the tires in a vacuum? I mean, you know what I mean? There's just so many questions. Wouldn't the tires
Yeah.
just pop like a balloon?
Well, if these wouldn't, I would think the car flying in space would. But
They must
Elon
have.
Musk is fine. You
They
know,
must have special tires, a
why don't
special.
they sell them here? Because we
I
never have
know
to buy another tire.
our tires would last forever. I mean, we'd super.
That's probably why.
Tires. They have super tires.
So here's another view, and again, you can see where they step down their footprints, but no tire tracks, and it looks like it's been driving.
Does it even have a steering wheel on that? I don't even see a place where you would. Oh, it's the computer. You would stare it from the computer. Look at from like the 1986,
Yeah.
1968,
I think this is something to do with
1968 computer, the size of a calculator. They said that they went to the moon in a computer like a Texas Instrument.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But they have all these friggin' like switches and gauges and everything. Dude, there's no way a Texas Instrument would power all that. Not even that computer. That even looks better than a Texas Instrument. So what are they talking about? Like, wait,
It says
like,
that he left a red Bible here. I don't even see where it is, but what a weird random thing.
Oh, there's a Bible on there with them.
Look, it says so right here on this picture.
I never
goes
knew
smaller.
that.
Look, it says. Well, I just read it.
Yeah, I believe it.
Blah blah blah. Here's the lunar rover. It's his final resting place. At the back is a rake. Oh, so they cleaned up behind themselves. That's why there's no tire tracks. They wanted to make it look nice.
yeah. Oh, yeah. They did it
brought
for the
rake. Oh, we can't mess up
the photo. We want to see the tire tracks.
Why would they bring a rake?
We want to see that. That's what the people want to see. We want to see us carve into the moon.
They're trying to describe why we don't see it. I guess they're trying to.
They're trying to cover it up.
Yeah.
They know that we know. We know.
Here's a red Bible atop the hand controller in the middle of the vehicle. Okay, red Bible on top of the control. This is the controller.
The controller that does nothing.
This maybe
this could be
here.
This could be one of those, those plastic models that you put together with model glue when you were a kid. That's what this could be.
Ravel. I love those things.
I did too. I used to build airplanes and convertibles, and you put the engine together, and it's really it really teaches you about the parts of the car. And I got one for my kid, but he's still too small. I'm gonna wait a little while.
They say in Monty Python, it's only a model. Yeah, exactly.
I have one. That's still in the package, not even open. It's like a Air Force plane. I'm gonna give it to my kid. I'm gonna do it. I gotta get the glue. That stuff.
And I've read about these. They say that they were all, taken apart and they had to build it. Okay, fine. But Spatial, figure it out. I haven't seen them pack so much stuff in a tiny compartment since I had Chinese food the other night. Those people are amazing. Chinese restaurant owners or waitresses. I can't imagine how much rice they can put in a tiny little container. So I've always been amazed by that. And also NASA and how they can fit all this equipment and 2-3 astronauts.
And how do they get
how do they, of course, don't remember the rake.
Do you remember the Super Bowl when they had the shirts for the team that's going to be on the new winning team automatically all the how did they get
oh, they always make two. They make one for each team. And then the ones that they don't win, they send to impoverished countries, and they wear all the team shirts of the losing teams. Okay, what's next?
Why didn't we go to the moon the other day when we were supposed to? I mean,
because they're dragging this out to make more money off of it.
What do you know? What their reason is? Is there any excuse? What was?
There's always 1,000 different things. This thing leaked. That thing leaked. Look at this. So this is them. This is them faking it. Now you tell me, you change the specs. I mean, this is their fake moon, and they're driving around their fake car on their fake moon.
Yeah, and they're laughing their asses off at us because they're getting $66 billion a day from our taxes.
You see tire tracks here.
Yeah,
that's because that was just a set. That's the way I see it. All right, what's next? What do we got here? Oh, $4 billion was NASA's budget in the 60s for all those moon things, which, of course, I always do this. That's $32 billion in today's money. So they were always doing good, even back in the 60s when they started this moon thing. And then you take this one I thought was funny. Here's the satellite. This was during the moon phases. Here's the ceiling fan with solar panels, and it was called what is this?
That is this. Which one is this? Is this the Mariner 9 again?
No, this is the
Explorer 33. Yeah.
Where are you, Melanie?
Boom, baby.
You have a satellite.
Boom,
too.
baby. Of course it is. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that must mean that they were planning on exploring like 33 planets with it, or it must have been like they had to have a reason why they called it that, right? I mean, and
Well, I'm sure you can go through and find their reason, but we all know why.
Maybe it was gonna go by 33 stars.
It's like a tag. They always have to put that number, but
they can't help
this.
Themselves.
It was the first U.S. spacecraft to go into lunar orbit, and then what do they hit you with? Same thing every time: science and math. That's why when I try to prove to someone that I don't live on the flying space ball, I don't do it with science and math. Yeah, there's people and they can show you that. That's great. But what I do it is with observations, and then I show where the other side's lying. And if one side's lying to me, then I'm questioning why. And there you go down from there and you find God. And so when you look at what they did with this, with Melanie's satellite, they experiments, the arms magnetic field, the electron proton detectors. This is where a lot of the shit, the human resonance and all the stuff they talk about now, they all started with this stuff. And so I don't know. I just found it interesting. It's once again that you want to find out what this thing did for all your money. I think it was only up there for 6 days or so. Where is it? Launch date. Oh no, I take it back. They had contact until 71. But still, when you look at these things, it's just amazing because then they just confuse you with math and science and show you cool pictures. And then when it's in space, it's a cartoon.
That's literally up on the ceiling of whatever building that is. That was the ceiling fan. And they came out and like bedazzled it with like a bunch of bullshit.
Bedazzled it.
Solar panels and the stupid silver thing. And made it look like it was some sort of satellite and took a picture. It's hanging from the ceiling. You could tell. That's the ceiling fan, dude. That's what it was. That was the ceiling fan, man. Boom, baby.
And as I'm looking, Child of the Most High. Here, where are we at? Let me get out of here for a second. That is a ceiling fan.
You know what? I say that we raise the money to get ceiling fan man an actual ceiling fan that looks like that in his house, so it'll be in the background spinning around. That'd be so cool. Someone needs to set up a GoFundMe for get him an actual ceiling fan that spins around behind him that looks like that, like a big crazy satellite dish ceiling fan with like solar panels on it. Someone should make them one. I know you guys are really good at arts and crafts.
Just calm down.
So mail them a huge one. Mail them a huge, like,
stop it,
35-pound one in the mail. Something he can't carry. Something that's too heavy.
Okay, let me find. Calm down over there. So hang on a second. What am I doing here? There was a question about about a certain movement, and I did a video. I'm looking for it. I'm not going to play it right now tonight, but that's it. This is the wrong thing here. Hold on, talk amongst yourselves. Clickety click. Okay, this should find it this way.
I got something
here. Hold on a second.
I have a few things at the end. We'll save my stuff till the end. I have why Artemis didn't go to the moon, what their excuses are, and I have something else I want to show. So. What do you want to do?
All right. I'm stopped the entire show for Yaz the Most High.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I put this in the chat. I made a video on that subject matter, and hopefully that'll help. But after that, you can reach out to me, email me, and I'll see. Because it was a type of movement that I looked into for a while, and it's easy to get caught up in. Okay. What's next? Let me go back into screen sharing. And for those of you on Rockfin, I should have done that too. Here you are.
So we're on Rockfin tonight too. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, we always are.
That's cool.
I believe the Earth is a globe, but it's fun. Okay. Hey, and Melbourne Stone, continue to come back and at least watch the ending. Hopefully, if you're still here or if you see this later.
Someone believes in the globe.
Yeah, and that's
It's
why
all
I'm
right. It's
doing this. I
fine.
want to talk to people and show them my side and
Yeah.
basically make them question theirs.
I
Because
always
everybody I've ever talked to, I believed like them. I was brought up on Star Trek. I used to love watching it with my father and Star Wars, and I was a NASA lover and all that
I
stuff.
know,
And it's only a few years ago that I switched. So I
I
totally
noticed
understand the
I
other
was there
position.
too.
Yeah.
I noticed that there's like these hostile flat
No,
earth
not
channels
here.
that
Never here.
not here. Me on my channel, I welcome the globies, you know, the people that believe in the globe. Because like if we don't have people that believe in the globe still to show this kind of stuff to, then
Yeah.
we're just preaching to the choir. We already
Exactly.
know. So we need the globe people to come here and see this and see and
And I don't
question
even
it.
use those terms because I was them,
Yeah.
whatever that is, whatever that
Yeah.
term is.
Yeah,
I
if you
believe
believe in
like that.
if you believe in the globe, just look at it and question it yourself and look, you know, just think about some of the things we're explaining and actually do the research yourself and look into it. And you
And
gotta
do
dig.
this
You
like
gotta
this is
dig.
why I wanted to do tonight. I don't flat smack.
No,
I'm not confrontational. I will show you the evidence and I will question their side, the globe
yeah,
version, and I will show where I say that we're being lied to. And I invite whoever still believes the other side to investigate the questions that we're asking
I
on
let
NASA's side. That's what I want to do.
I let a globe believer come on my channel the other night and actually demonstrate to us why he believes it's a globe.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not against you. I'm just
Of
trying to.
course not. No,
I'm
because
just
we're
trying
all the
to.
same.
I don't hate anybody. I'm just trying to figure it out myself.
That's the
But
deal is
I
these
believe it's
people aren't,
flat though.
but they're not our enemy. We know who our enemy is. Our enemy is the people that are pushing this lie.
There's
It's
certain
nobody. It's not the
there's certain
people.
ones that you can tell are really just trolling us, but then there's certain ones that really do just believe in the globe.
Right, but I'm going farther than that. If this is truly a spiritual battle and all of this is about the existence of God and it's God versus Satan, then the NASA side is coming from that side. Now, Satan obviously uses so many different ways of getting this done, including people that maybe don't even realize they're including in the deception. That's how this works. So, but those aren't our enemies. It's we know who our enemy is. It's a spiritual war. But yeah, so here we have a satellite, which is a ceiling fan, I believe, with little mirrors. And this is why it really got to me, is because this shows you Orion, and it's going to will go the distance in retrograde orbit during Artemis 1. So what they envision of doing is when they shoot this Artemis up there, this little Orion thing is going to do this little Superman circle around the Earth and Moon. But
Is that Ray? Is that Ray barking? Is that Ray barking?
Yeah, no, that's not Ray.
Oh.
It's Jupiter. But where is it? I couldn't get over how close that looks to mine. It's behind me, right? It's
Yeah.
they show you yeah.
Yeah, look, there it is. That's the Mariner 9.
So
Right?
see, there's nothing new under the sun. No, that's the new one. That's the Artemis one.
It looks that's the Artemis one.
And
so what,
I'm gonna have all new animation because it looks very similar to my my guy there, Mariner 9.
So what are they? So what are they trying to say? This is Artemis. It made it. Well, this is
this is what's
going
to happen. See, this is the pre-animation before they.
It's going to look the
actual
same when
animation.
they show us the animation.
Exactly.
This is what happened. This was the animation they were going to show us, right? And say that it was real. But since like they didn't go, they're like, all right, well, we did it anyway. Let's put it out as the pre-animation, and they'll believe anything we tell them because they're sheep. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
And then when it goes exactly to you could probably line it up together. What is this one? Oh,
that
this
one.
is
All right. So these ones are weird to me, right? Every time I see these ones, like this shape that they use right here, it looks like a light bulb, like an upside down light bulb that would screw into a thing where they didn't put any glass over the light bulb. You know what I mean? Like it's just the bottom piece of a light bulb thing that would screw in.
Yeah.
That's what it looks
does,
like.
Right here. Yeah.
The top, even the top piece could be the pot that screws in, and the bottom piece could be like the light bulb.
And they even tell you that this is a replica.
There's another one at the Museum of Science that looks like that too, but even looks more like a light bulb, an older one. Now this looks like a newer version where they made it look less like a light bulb. So they basically took a ceiling fan and made it look like a satellite, and they took like an upside down light bulb and they turned it into a satellite. And and they're making
Well,
everybody believe.
this is
our
the
capsule.
Russians. This is the Russians did this one.
Oh yeah.
But when I mean, at least theirs doesn't seem to have like duct tape and tinfoil like ours.
Yeah.
But that looks like a lamp on the outside of a house. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. That's so when they get out, they have lamps to have a barbecue.
Yeah, they do a way better job of making it look. I mean, it's all metal parts. I mean, Russia gets it done, not like
Yeah,
us with
yeah.
the curtain rods and the tinfoil. Look, wait, where is it going?
Russia's quality of fakery is a lot better than the American fakery. But
that's what I'm trying to say. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have high quality fakery in Russia.
Yeah, they got bolts and nuts and screws. This thing, there's some scrap metal in here. What's that? A distributor cap? What's going on over here?
Because they're probably because they're so crazy over in Russia. They'll probably
still.
They'll probably kill you. They'll probably kill the people that if they don't do this right. You know what I mean? They're like, it's nuts over there. I heard.
They put in there still. Look. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So okay,
they're under a lot of pressure over there when they're building these things.
Okay. So
but everybody's in peace and space. We all live together on the space station. We have Russians, we have Americans, Chinese, all the countries. We all get along. We all get along in space, but down here we can't even go to China or get a word in or out. And Russia and us were always in a war for some reason since like the beginning of time. As long as I can remember, we're always in a war with Russia. And it's always the Russians that are to be afraid of, that they're gonna come get us or something.
Oh yeah, Russia.
I know a lot of Russian people that are really cool and like really nice to me all the time. Really, really cool people.
Well, I'm one of them. I'm Russian.
Oh, you're Russian? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And
well, actually, it's funny. They told me my whole life I was Russian. Then I just found out a few years ago that I'm Ukrainian. So I punch myself because I fight on both sides. But
so are you Russian and Ukrainian?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Who knows? We're all.
My ex-girlfriend was Ukrainian, and I was with her for like 8 years almost. It was nice. It lasted a while.
All right.
It was good. Well, it was good while it lasted.
All right. Look, this is the first photo that was ever taken. That's it, of the moon, and it came from the Lunar 9. So, this thing, it opened up like a Fabergé egg. What does it look like inside? Let's look.
It looks fake. To me, is what it looks like. But yeah, it looks like one of those fake little ornament eggs you have like people have at their house to like store, like you can hold like coins and little trinkets and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like a trinket. It's like a trinket.
So
what is it on, gravel? Did you see that? Like whatever they had it sitting in. What is that?
Whatever they have it. What do you call
flower
it?
Pot.
Museum.
It's like a flower pot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a museum piece. Exactly. Everything at the museum looks fake to me. Everything I seen at my museum is that's supposed to be real. They had dinosaurs. They're trying to tell me that they're real.
And look, the Luna 8 crashed. So.
And look at that.
That's where it supposedly crashed. Where the pieces?
Right there, right where they put the number 8. They're like, yeah, all right. We put the number 9 down there.
Approximate location of the landing sites of Luna 8 and 9. Well, if it crashed, where's the?
That proves it. Just show me a picture of some surface of something. Put in number 8 and number 9. Well, there you go. That's enough for me. I don't need to look any further into this. I'm convinced.
Here's the other thing that I try to all the time ask people: if you do Tycho crater, it's listed as a fingers. It's listed as a naked eye object. You can see from Earth. Everybody's seen this thing, right?
Yeah.
See if it'll go larger. Everybody's seen this.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Tycho crater, see if it says it on here. It's 53 miles across. So you're telling me that the moon that is 238,000 miles away, I can see an object that's 53 miles across with my naked eye because of what? Because of atmosphere? Because of what? Sorry. Show me anywhere else I can see that far and see something 53 miles across with my naked eye. That's a hard one, I believe, to get past.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds. I want to plug my phone in.
Sure. Let's see. I'll tell you what. We'll clear through some of these. And the current NASA budget is about 24 billion. And what I find interesting is we can have no problem spending that for nonsense. And yet, if you type in how many U.S. cities right now have no drinking water, you can find all the crises going on in the country. And they're complaining that it's going to take too much water to fix things. I mean, too much money. And yet we're 24 billion, whatever we're spending on space and rockets that don't go anywhere.
I say that we defund NASA and we reallocate the funds to things that
like this, San Francisco,
that's important to us. You know,
San Francisco has to spend $14 billion to where to go? To nothing. To spend $14 billion to filter the nutrients of the human waste that's happening in their bay. So let's get on that. Why do we just bitch about it? You know?
Yeah. Why are we trying to go find water on the moon when the water here is friggin' polluted, and we need help. It needs help. If it's even true, you know, who even knows? Like it could be just a natural thing that the Earth is doing to the water in that area for a reason. You know, like we don't know all the answers. We're not God. We didn't create.
But I do know that there's water crises happening all across the United States. And how about the power system? What about all they're having rolling blackouts in California now. They want everyone to go green, and no one seems to understand. In order to go green and only buy electric cars, you got to charge the damn things. Well, right now with a bunch of regular cars, their whole grid system is overtaxed and shutting down, and they're turning the power off at my mom's house and everything. And yet now we're going to add a bunch of cars. How are you going to charge them?
Yeah.
It's nonsense.
It's nonsense.
I tell you what, we're at the 8 o'clock mark. We haven't even looked at Sarah. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put Sarah on and what we made, because it kind of goes along with the still. Tonight's episode is my wife now makes wine and mead and things in her fermentations.
That's awesome. One of my buddies grows grapes and makes red wine. And has it.
It's so easy. We find out.
It's such beautiful stuff, man. I like it. And the Bible says that God created wine to gladden the hearts of men. And and people that have heart attacks, they tell you to drink one glass of red wine if you survive it a day, because supposedly it helps the fat and clogging up your arteries. Like one glass, one beer, one glass of wine, one beer.
I've heard that too. Check with your doctor, but yes, I agree. I've heard that.
That's very true.
But yeah, because Jesus handed out wine more than anyone, right? Turned water into wine. He even says
it's in the Bible.
Yeah, you can have wine, just don't get drunk. He says, like they do, and keep your wits about you. That's what he said.
You know what they used to say to me? God in the program in AA. God created wine to gladden the hearts of men, but your problem is you want to be glad all the time.
Boom, baby.
You're right. Well, it's like everything in moderation. You know what I mean? At least the natural things. I'm not talking about artificially created things.
Yeah.
But yeah. So here, I'm going to play this, and then we'll continue doing Moon Talk here on Radio Ceiling Fan Man and Ray. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're killing it.
They're killing it. Where is it?
All day, been killing the streams.
Here we go.
Killing live streams all day, crushing them.
Here we go.
Crushing live streams like cans.
All right. Here we go.
The ceiling fans are very attractive.
Okay, so we're gonna make some wine.
Wine here, get your wine.
I've got these cherries that are, they're getting a little questionable. So I'm going to pit these.
The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
I'm going to get rid of the pits.
You do not talk about Fight Club.
And then the same thing with these plums. They're getting a little, soft. So we're gonna cut those up. I'm gonna add it to the raspberries that are in here. And then we're gonna start the fermentation. Make some wine.
There's plum wine.
Plum wine. All right, so we've separated the pulp and, the large pieces. We've got the liquid now. Now it's gonna go in the jar. There it goes. Even sounds cool. Soon to be vino. Okay, so now we're gonna let that sit. There's gonna be more liquid that's gonna come out of it. I already see some. And then we're gonna take this. We're gonna add about approximately a couple of cups of sugar, and then fill the rest with water. And there we go.
Come here, give me some sugar.
Okay, so we're gonna do a couple cups of sugar in here. It's a wonderful agent to create fermentation.
Sugar's a great thing.
It is.
It really is. You can't do anything without it.
And it's like everything else in moderation, obviously. Sugar can cause potential harm in your body, but so can other things that too much of anything in excess is bad. So now we'll put the water in. All right, now we're gonna add water in.
What's wrong, Lassie? Timmy fall down the well?
Everybody's approving of this, right? Our water comes from a well, so it's got God's natural filters. And we'll add a little bit more water, and then she'll be good to go. All right.
We'll leave a little headspace.
Little headspace. And then we're gonna put a new label, like we had on the original one, in place of where, Mrs. Ceiling Fan Man has me use nice labels now instead of the post office tape that I used to. So, yeah, then we'll get her ready to sit and bubble up like the rest of them, like these. These have all been sitting and they have their little balloon hats on. And we're gonna take these today and we're gonna rack them, when that's where you remove the liquid from the sediment, siphoning it. And so that's what we're gonna do next. So the first thing that she gets before she gets her little balloon hat is this. And so what this does is, as if the fermentation happens, it allows the air to escape in through here. And it's really fun to watch, so we'll get some video of that too. Okay, so now we have this wine that we're gonna rack. So we're gonna put a tube in there, and then we're gonna put it into this one, and then start a siphon, and we'll get it out of there. Okay, so we got a siphon going, and so here we go. And what is this? It's gonna be lemon, sage, juniper, that's it, sassafras,
Rose.
Lemon balm. Lemon balm.
It smells like wine.
Sure does. Wow. It's already looking really clear. And this will just remove the sediment, and each time you do it, which is called racking, you'll get a nicer, clear wine. Right? That's a nice rack. I had to say that. Somebody in my audience needed me too.
But they got wine.
It's time for Ceiling Fan Man and Sarah, and kisses and tacos.
So I can't even clean up without you getting into trouble. What are you doing? You're in a bag of bags. You're in a bag of bags.
I'm a Black Panther now. The Black Panther stalks its prey. No one can catch the Black Panther. No one can catch the Black Panther.
Satellite tracking continues.
What did you guys say sassafras in the line?
Sassafras.
What
Sassafras.
I don't know what that is. What is
sassafras? It's an herb.
Sassafras oil?
No, these are all just
all right. I'm just wondering what
Jeannie's in the chat. She'll write it down.
All right. I'm just wondering what it was that you got. I'm just wondering what you guys are up to over there.
Well, that one I didn't make. I was just watching, checking out Iraq.
Yeah.
But you know what's cool about it? You have to make sure that when you put the siphon in, I forgot to mention it, you don't want to touch the sediment when you're getting the liquid out. That's the whole trick, is you want to leave that. And then that sediment that's left over, you can use it in other things.
Daryl
Daryl
Davis said he loves the sass. He loves the sass.
You love the sass?
Shout out to Flat Earth Farms. Thank you. Thank God bless Flat Earth Farms.
God bless Flat Earth Farms. Yeah, I don't have the little clips that you have, but yes, good man.
You need to get them. You need to get the little clips that I have.
Flat Earth Farms, sir.
The Flat Earth Farms commercial from Flat Fellow.
I like the one that you had. No, I like the one that you had that Singe did with the giant. I like that one. Send me that one.
Did you see the new one with the?
Yeah, I know, but I go old school. I like the green giant.
I can play it. I can get it up.
No, we're good.
No, you like the one that says Flat Earth Farms. Ho ho ho.
Yeah, when Singe did. That's
I don't know why. Why don't they give me access to my StreamYard here?
Are you asking me? I don't know. I didn't create this.
Next time I'll give you access to my StreamYard and we'll stream it.
I barely know how to access my stream. No, don't give me.
I know. Listen, I can't get my background because I came in as somebody else.
That's very true.
They think we know what we're doing.
My Flat Earth background. Where is it?
I thought you were going really new school here.
No, it looks cool with the microphone and everything. I look like with the earphones that M10 helped me get. They're pretty good.
I like it.
These are JBLs. They sound pretty good. They're white though. They're gonna get dirty real fast.
Yeah.
Anything white
iPhone or something. Gene got me these.
I usually get the ones that cost $1 at the Dollar Tree. You can get like 5 for like $5, and then they break anyway. You know what I mean? But these are pretty good because they have like good sound.
Well, I can hear you.
My mom's in your chat. I
saw that earlier. She's been
going to all the chats. She's been watching all the videos. She knows what's up.
Nice. Well,
she's on board. It took a while. It took a while to get my parents on board. They thought I was nuts. They didn't talk to me for about 6 years. They moved away. They abandoned me and left me in Chinatown and moved to Arizona and threw me in the deep end when I was like 33. I was 33 and they threw me out and closed the whole house down and just moved away. They threw me, but now look what happened. I overcame it.
Ray.
I'm telling you, if you have a kid that's in a lot of trouble, you might just have to throw his ass on the street and he might have to learn the hard way because it worked for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
That's true.
It's tough.
It's got to be a very difficult decision. Absolutely.
It was tough. It was tough for all of us, the whole family. Nobody's fully recovered from it yet, but we're working on it.
And that's the thing. Like, everyone has struggles in their family. I'm currently going through some. And so it's like, at the end of the day, when you're a parent, you just want what's best for your child. And if that means that, your relationships might suffer for a while, if they're doing good, then that's what it was for, and God uses different situations, some that we think are terrible or miserable at the time. But then when you come out on the other side of it, it's pretty amazing. You go, oh, I kind of see what you did there. I mean, you can go to the stories of the Bible and you can go with the dude Joseph with the dream.
I mean, I'm like 38 years old and now I have 2 kids and a beautiful girl, fiance and everything else and a place to stay. And I got my own thing. And it's like, if I had just stayed at my parents' house and like got stoned all the time until I was like 30, 39, 40 years old, like where would I be? I'd be doing the same shit right now, getting in trouble. And so someone get those we're getting spammed.
Oh, Melanie will be on it. But
Yeah.
no, but just like there's the Joseph, and he had that really pretty coat, and his he was kind of like the doted one, and doted on one. And so the brothers first they want to kill him, and then they sell him to slavery, and they lie to their dad and say he's dead and all this. And he goes on to be like the right hand guy in Egypt, and he ends up because of him saving like everyone. And so wherever your origin story starts, like his story sounds terrible, but then he turns into like great things. And so that's just it. We don't understand how God's pattern works. That's where faith comes in. And we have to know that if we're working towards the life that he wants us to have, the blessings will fall in place when we ask for them. We just have to be patient and know that he's working on it, because you don't know how many hearts does he have to change, how many minds does he have to work on, how many cogs in the wheel does he have to turn for you to get that one thing that you want desired. He's like, okay, I'm on it. And then you wait and you're like, well, shit, nothing's happening. You're like, well, hang on a second, Ray, I'm working on it. You want to do better? Let's see you do it. You know what I mean? That's the way I see it.
The children are a blessing. You know what I mean? That's the main thing. It's like I wouldn't have got to where I'm at if my at the time I was like, why God? Why am I homeless? Why did this happen to me? But now it's like I know why. It's so that I could have had the kids and everything else, and things worked out. So it wouldn't have never happened the way it happened if things were different. If I had just stayed in the same spot where I was. So
that's the thing that I'm finding is that you can look at something, with it's all about perspective. Like for instance, 33, my friend Melanie sent me this matchbook because I talk about the Paul Revere ride all the time and how it never happened.
Yeah, and I asked him about it in Boston, the historians, and I asked him about it, and he wasn't even sure what he really yelled. The mic. So did he? All right. So did Paul Revere yell the British was coming? The British are coming, or the redcoats are coming, or the regulars are coming? Because now there's even a new one. There's another one too. You know what else I heard? The Salem witches, right? I've been investigating them because Salem's the next town over from me.
Yeah.
And Mass Accountability is from Salem. Okay, so like they were burned at the stake, right? You know, they were burned. The witches were burned at the stake.
That's the way I remember it. Yes.
I've been asking people from Salem, and some people remember it, right? Some people like, they were burned, definitely burned at the stake, right? And then so now they were all hung, right? I asked the historian guy in Boston. They were all hung, right? And no witches were burned. They even hung a cat. They hung a few of the witches' cats. They thought that the cats were witches. Yeah, like 6 cats, and they hung a witch in front of her daughter, like a witch. The little girl was a witch, and the mom was a witch. Supposed,
Yeah, no,
and no one was a witch, but
no.
And instead, they didn't want to, get the little girl, so they hung the mother in front of the girl to torture
it's just
her.
terrible. Why are we bringing this up?
I don't know. No, because now they're saying that some of them were crushed. That's why I'm bringing it up.
I see.
Like
crushed
to death.
All right. Well, my thing was on perspective, and this matchbox. See, if I hold it, where is the camera? If I hold this, I mean it's blurry, but it's the Declaration of Independence. But I'm seeing Paul Revere's ride. So we're both looking at the same object at the same time, and we're seeing two different things.
Sides, yeah.
And so that's the way I'm seeing it. It's like you can look at the same thing but see it differently, and that's part of what I believe this whole awakening process is too. Is God has to allow you to see the other side and pull back the curtain and go, what's going on?
You can do it with a
coin. Ready, I think if you're not ready, you're not ready. And I truly believe that's why he tells you can dip into these other dark arts and stuff and what do you call it, tarots and all these things and divination and all and soothsayers. They all work. You just don't know who you're talking to. And if you're ready for it, I'll let you know. But if you're not, well, then don't rush it. And it's the same thing. We can ask for something in prayer, but if it doesn't happen immediately, when you go into like the story, I think was it Daniel got thrown in, or one of them got thrown into jail for like a week. What if he stopped praying after 2 days? No, he just kept going until then he was released, and he did great things too. So my takeaway is this, is that if you start working at living as righteous as you can, I mean, we're all flawed and human, and we know that, but you can walk the best path you can, get in a righteous position. Because then when you ask for things, if it's within God's law and within his word, he does them. It's just not always in the exact time frame we think,
So
but he does them.
the word righteous, right? I looked it up. I was like,
please.
what does righteous mean? What's the definition? Because I seen it in the Bible. And one of my friends used to always say, like, yeah, man, that's righteous. That's righteous. So one time I was like, what does righteous mean? And it means to be completely without sin. Righteous. Completely without sin. So when you do something that's righteous, you do something that's completely without sin. That's what that means.
Yeah. And so that's the thing is if you're asking for things in this book that I read, it says that it'll be done. And if you look around yourself, you'll see little miracles all the time. The problem is we're not looking for them. We're waiting for the bush to burn or the river to turn blood and all that. And yet there's thousands of miracles that happen around us all the time. Every time that you almost got into an accident and didn't, it doesn't mean every time that you didn't get sick or that you're perfectly healthy and you have your legs and stuff. There's so many blessings that we have. Just the fact that we all woke up today. They say tomorrow's not promised. Who give you the right to think that you're just going to wake up tomorrow?
God and sometimes you wake up with problems, like you wake up in pain, or you wake up something happened overnight, and the next day you wake up and it's like who knows what you're going to wake up to the next day? You know what I mean? It could be madness.
And Jeannie taught me something that it's hard to work on this, but it's written about that devil gets his day. So or something like that. And so like, if you have an issue, then try to convince yourself, well, he's got 24 hours and then God's back in charge, and work on it like that. I'm not saying it's not like a magic genie. I still struggle with this stuff, but I'm telling you that's where I believe a lot of people are lacking, is they're searching for fulfillment. And if you have fulfillment on the flesh level and it's not working, you have like all of everything that you'd need for here, I'll go like this. If you have everything that you need, like you have I don't know, if you smoke weed, or if you like this certain type of food, or if some people it's all about sex and this and that and the other. And if you're just trying to constantly fill a void, like some people get addicted to pornography, if you're just trying to fill a void and it never gets filled, then maybe it's not the flesh that you're lacking, and maybe it's the spiritual side. Because I believe this is a spiritual war, and you fight the flesh against the spirit. And if you can't fulfill this need, this emptiness that you can't fix with fleshing things, well, then maybe do a little deep dive and listen to the things that I talk about. You don't have to believe the way I do. I'm just encouraging people to investigate it, because when I started this journey, they told me I was Jewish. I never was religious. Once I got bar mitzvah, I dropped the whole thing. We went occasionally to high holy days. That's what a good Jew does. And that's it. And then, so I had no religious dogma to come from. And when I started waking up to the lies of the world, I found a lot of answers reading the Bible. And then I had my own spiritual journey. I can't go into it here. You all have to do your own. But that's the beauty of it. If you haven't done it, you could do it tonight. You just have to find a place where no one will interrupt you, close the door in a closet, wherever you have to go. And just with a true heart, ask, is this really going on? Help me here. I can't take it without you. And he'll show. He says it. He's there. That's what happened to me. And I encourage everyone to do it. Is Ray back?
Yeah, I'm back.
See. Where are you?
I'm back.
Why can't I see you? Oh, because I hit that button. There you are. There.
So I was listening. I was back. I was sitting there listening. I was just talking to Michelle. So the mailman just keeps leaving packages across the street. Like she just found another one. You know what I mean? Like it's putting it at the wrong place. You know. So
No.
that's the second time that's happened in like the past few months. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's the teachings of Jesus. Do unto others as you'd have do unto you. If you figure out three things, if you figure out God exists and you love God, if you start loving yourself, because that's the other thing, they want to make us feel bad about ourselves. We're an insignificant piece of dust flying in a spinning ball through space. No, you're special. Each and every one of us is equally special, but we're different and special in God's eyes, and he loves us unconditionally, period. That's the way that you'll find that if once you understand where you are. And a big portion of that is knowing where you are, because if you're lost, how could you ever find yourself?
Look, you see the Halloween decorations behind my head, the witches, the three witches. Those are the ones that Michelle and the kids made, right? And then look at the one over there. That's the one I made. He's a big green goblin.
Looks like Shrek or something.
He's sticking his tongue out. We were doing arts and crafts. Okay. It was like last year.
But, all right. So let's see. Let's get back to did we always get this? Let's see. Did we get everybody here?
I have a few things that I want to share. I mean, it's gonna.
I know I got a lot to still go. We're 2 hours in.
All right. All right. Go ahead. I mean, it's cool. All right. I got some cool stuff.
I believe. Well, you're going live too after this. We'll lead into that.
All right.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So we got that. We covered that. Let's see. Well, we can go look through these pictures yourself, but it's interesting. Like some of the things that they're showing in 1968 or whatever, when Stanley Kubrick perfected his 2001: A Space Odyssey, and it was right after that we started getting all this stuff.
Yeah. I believe Stanley Kubrick was definitely involved in it.
There's pictures of him walking with them.
I love his movie. I used to love his movies. He was one of my favorite directors. Doctor Strange. What was it? Doctor Strangelove?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? That was a good one.
That's the one where the Slim Pickens rides a bomb all the way down.
I don't know. Clockwork Orange. I didn't really like it.
But here, I've got a question for those of us that are now questioning on top of what we've been discussing.
They're spamming us in the chat again. Get them.
There's a thing that's happening now. This movie Apollo 13, and the famous quote, which I remember as Houston, we have a problem. It's the way that Tom Hanks says it and blah, blah, blah. Well, for those of you that don't know, that's not how it's said anymore. It's we've had a problem.
It went back again.
Yes.
It flip-flopped like 3-4 times because it was we have a problem. Then it was we had a problem. Then it went back. And now it's back again for the fourth time.
Watch this. We've had a problem.
What about the movie too? The Tom Hanks movie?
I didn't check the movie. I'm just going with original footage, and you can even look it up on Wikipedia because that's apparently where you get all your good information. But regardless, Houston, we have a problem. Is slightly erroneous quote because it's Houston. We've had a problem. So there you go. Flip flop. I don't even know how many times, but that's
where are we? What world do we live in?
Who knows? God's earth. That's right.
Where did we wake up today?
And this one, maybe there's some smart people in the chat. There's this guy. They made a big deal that he dropped a hammer and a feather in 1971. I was more interested in the fact that they make a big deal out of it. And I know these hammers and
look at the hammer. It's like it looks like a space hammer from the 70s. They're like,
and it probably costs, $6 million,
1, 2, 3 space hammer. They're like, let's make it look like we're going to outer space and even on the hammer. They're like, we need a special shaped hammer for outer space. We can't just use a regular hammer. It's not going to work. We need it to look like this. It needs to look scientific.
Exactly, right? They couldn't just take a hammer.
Yeah.
Like, how would they know that they need a special kind of hammer anyways? You don't even know what the moon rocks are.
They've never even been there. This was the first time they go in, they already know what kind of special type of hammers they need and stuff.
Yeah. The guy's like, oh, I got one in the truck. No. We got to make this one. I saw it in the magazine. Hammer. I mean, how did he? I don't know.
And what else
I
is there?
saw-
Anything else? What else is on there? It just looks ridiculous. It doesn't even look like it would. It looks like it's cheap aluminum and copper and like really soft metals that would just bend in a second.
Yeah.
It's not like it doesn't look like an armored tank or anything. Like what, like a submarine or something. Like what would you need to go into the waters above? Like you would need like a submarine type of thing. Like that looks like a piece of shit. That looks like something that like you would design for like a museum or maybe a model or maybe something you'd bring to like science class, like a science fair. I don't know.
And then and live as we're talking again, for those of you playing along at home, let's see, can I make this larger? Oh, I can. Look at that. And we're going to go over here. A bunch of letters, a bunch of letters, a bunch of letters, a 3 and a 3. Just saying.
Yeah,
Here we
yeah,
are
33.
again.
There you go. They can put it
No
right
other
there.
numbers anywhere else. Just 2. Melanie got her tag on the moon thing or whatever. Yeah, there it is.
Oh my god. Yeah. They're like, make sure we put the 33 in there. They're like, oh, there's no 33. They're like, all right, get the 33 guy to come and stamp it.
Yeah.
He's like, 33.
And I bet if we had here we go, orange. We got to get the orange in there too. So
yeah, orange is 33 because it's the
Yeah.
only color that equals to 33 in the whole thing.
And I gotta say, I mean, I have hairy arms, but that's pretty hairy. Okay, what's next? So when you take any of the footage of the moon, this is when they were using their hammers. I have it at 1.75 speed, and it just looks like a guy you would see here on Earth.
Look at him. Yeah, like it didn't fall any special way. Like
No.
he kind of faked it with one leg too. Watch if you
Well,
rewind
he's
it.
pushing this thing down, but he's on a harness, okay, and we'll go over that in a minute. But you'll see, he's just like,
He's like, look, you see the leg right there, the leg bend. He's
Yeah.
like, whoop. He like kicked his
Yeah.
leg backwards on purpose. He's like, make it look real. They're like, all right, pull the.
And
or
then-
maybe they have a string on that one leg, and they're like pulling
well,
his leg.
they do show
These
on
dudes are
some of the pictures an antenna at the top of this pack.
these
okay?
dudes are literally puppets on strings, dude. They're
But
literally puppets on strings.
What I see here is when the flash happens, to me, it looks like a wire, not a here, I know what we can do. We can make it even slower now, like he's on, what is it? Mars has even less gravity. I don't know. Who knows? But I see it as like a wire getting
Yeah, they're pulling them.
Let's see.
It's like a puppet show. It's like a
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
puppet.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Where is it? There's a good shot of it. There.
Take
Now
a
I
look.
know he's got supposedly has an antenna there.
I wonder
There.
how much they get
Okay.
paid each. They sold their soul
Yeah.
to be a puppet on a string for like a certain amount of money.
Whatever it is, it's not definitely not worth it when they pay the due. Here's this scientist
I love
that you can
this.
still find on the
I love it.
internet, where we were just showing you where the Russian vids video showed that you could see through it. It's blue in the day and black at night. And this guy, he's saying
about the moon, and we expect
where is it?
to be able to get observable facts about the moon fairly soon. What is your theory?
Well, it is by now rather more than a theory. 10 or 11
And
years ago.
who's this guy? I don't remember his name, but anyways.
Well,
here.
well, let me tell you what
Here,
I
wait.
know about. All right.
Well, let me
I
hear
know
what he
about this.
says here, real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Various scientists that the moon is not a piece of rock, but it is a plasma phenomena, cosmic.
So,
So
go ahead, Ray.
This is propaganda. I mean, he's telling the truth. But
Mm-hmm.
the reason why they showed us this, all right, this was showed in 1965, right? They were
Mhm.
planning on going to the moon in 1968, right?
Right.
So what they wanted to do was they wanted to disprove the plasma thing. So if anybody thought that the moon was plasma, they had this guy come out and put it in their head, and then in 3 years later they went to the moon and it was a rock. So they disproved him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was why they did it. But he's telling the truth. The moon is plasma or some
Yeah.
sort of I think it's plasma, dude. I think
Yeah,
some
it's
sort of-
something that
it's
obviously is
frozen.
translucent. Yeah.
It's frozen and it could be a map. And God put it in the sky just like the hands of a clock for
Yeah.
us to tell the time.
Wouldn't
and
that
the
be
changing
funny?
of times.
Of all the places, I've said this many times, if that is a map, It's like, where do I live? Well, dummy, just look up, because he says, they only say that children and dogs look up. Very rarely that adults, especially now with the machines, we're prisoners of our own device. Jen sent me that thing.
It resonates with me because when I was a kid, I always thought that those sometimes some nights the craters look like land masses, and some nights it didn't. So I don't know.
Okay, so let's see. Let me go back into this here. Clickety click here. Okay, what's next? So, where was this? Oh yeah, here's these are the cartoons. This is why I'm loving this new Artemis mission, because I can now take like some of these clips and use them in my opening. I mean, come on.
That's what we need. I'm sick of seeing the same flat Earth clips over and over again. We need some new
stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. I thought this is perfect. Without going into great detail, look who's on their coat. We've got Germany, who I believe now won the war. We've got the Star of Renfan, which we know is not the Star of David. It's the Star of Renfan.
Is that the?
And then the United Corporation of America. Everything on this vest right there tells you who's in charge. Don't you think?
The Star of Renfan, what's that? The Israeli or the Jewish flag?
No,
or what?
No, that's it.
What is
it's
it?
not. Read about it. It's written about in the Bible. The Star of Renfan. It's Moloch. It's the god of child sacrifice. Basically,
so that's not a flag for any country. That's just for symbology reasons.
Again, it's written about in the Bible. It says here.
They try to blend it in. They try to blend it in with the American flag and the other flag, that make it look like it's the German flag. They make it look like it's a country. What is it? Was it the country of Renfran?
Oops. What are we doing here? Star of Renfan. See?
Yeah.
See? Star of Renfan. And there's actually a biblical verse. Let's see. Here, is it this one?
And it's actually a sigil. They just showed it.
Yeah, Acts 7:43. You carry the tent of Moloch, that's the killer of babies, which, you could make the case that abortion does that still. And the star of your God, well, I don't know why it's spelled that way, but Renfan.
And
the idols that you worship, therefore. So he talks about how they are not the people that they say they are,
Yeah.
This is not the Star of David. There isn't the Star of David. This
There's
is
a sigil
the Star
up there.
of Renfan.
Oh, is that the green man? Bring that one up. Can you bring that one up? Who's that?
We'll
Satan?
see. It might,
Moses? Moses with horns? Oh no, not the other one. But yeah, that one right there. That's a sigil. So that's like an opening for a demon. And this one right here, that looks like it has Satan. Look, he has horns. But
there's nothing about this has to do with Israel, the Star of David, or any of that. That's all nonsense. But nobody knows it.
I never really studied the Moses thing. So what's the Moses with horns thing all about? Like
he never had horns when I was growing up.
He never did, right?
That's the Mandela thing.
Yeah, that's weird. So,
but yeah, you can look into this. It's here. I don't know anything about this website. I'll just grab it and throw it if somebody wants to look at it on their leisure. Copy. We'll throw it in here. But yeah, so where are you guys? Post here. Paste. And in, and then you Rockfin people, if you're still here, sugar, honey. Oh, Jose Nunez, nice to see you, man. And you can use honey too. We do both. You know what happens when you use honey? It's more of a mead than a wine, and we find that with sugar, you can get closer to a wine. But it'll all vary depending on.
In jail, they make this stuff called homebrew, but we'll get into that on another on another episode.
Jeannie was started.
Remind me about that. Next time, I forgot about
wine.
I forgot about talking about it last time. I was gonna. There's so much that we were supposed to talk about that we didn't have enough time. We ran out of time.
Well, we're doing it again because but we're having fun, and I wasn't here last Friday, and I like your mug. And let's see.
Yes,
and everyone's.
Sailing Fair Man sent me a mug, courtesy of Sailing Fair Man and Jeannie. Okay. I love it. I use it all the time.
Excellent.
I let Christian use it. Christian drinks out of it too.
Nice. Shout out to Christian. Gotta talk to that gentleman. Okay.
Yeah, he's.
We've got. So here's
chilling.
This tells you everyone's in charge. Germany, the Star of Renfan, whoever they might be, and the United Corporation in America. And there you go. So I thought that was cool. So that's going to be on their suits. And then Finn had asked me that what about the other countries? Wouldn't Russia want to let us know immediately, call us on our shit and say, look, they're liars and expose us to the world? But no, they all go in it together. That's how this works. This is Russia when they landed on the moon, because they had something that landed before us. There it is. Down. Yay! Their mission control looks just as terrible as ours. Nobody looks happy though. Like you said, they either do this or they die, right?
Yeah. It's like these people, you know what I mean? It's like
there's somebody behind them outside the camera with a gun.
yeah. They definitely look like they're under duress. You know what I mean?
Let me go back to that because one guy
they're
he's saying in Russian, help me.
This looks like a 1980s movie.
It does. This guy's like, oh my god, they have my whole family.
It looks like it was made in like late 78, maybe.
Yeah. And so then, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, then this thing comes out. Then
for me, it has Walt Disney all over it. I don't know why. I can just see it.
And then it's right out of the show I used to watch as a kid called The Thunderbirds. Look, and he's joystick controlling this thing. They all have joysticks. I guess this guy's in charge now. And let's see.
Yeah, they're controlling it.
There goes.
A joystick. Yeah. Oh my god.
This actually happened.
What do you mean? This is a
this
movie?
Is the Russian. This is what they did on the moon.
Oh my god! This
Russian
is not
lunar
real.
lander.
This is no way. No fucking way. With a joystick? Come on, dude. I can't even. I get a bad signal sometimes. Right now with the Wi-Fi, they can control things on the moon with a joystick, like a
it's
video
Soviet
game.
lunar lander and counterpart of the American lunar module.
This is what they did. They took apart a Pac-Man arcade game and they took the joystick and they attached it to a piece of cardboard that looked like a computer and painted it and made it look real.
Anyway, there's all kinds of nonsense and fun things here. But so there's that. And then here's Apollo 14. And what I found interesting about this is, so you see all these dots and stuff. And then when it comes down and they're hitting their afterburners or jets or whatever they do, and you can see all the moon dust and everything's going crazy. And then they land and look, like nothing really moved. It's just like whatever gas.
And wouldn't you think like you would, if you landed right, you would get a more like better shot than that? It's still blurry. It looks like they're still far away. It doesn't look like they landed on
this
the
just
surface.
looks like they sprayed like a fog machine that you get at a wedding or something. I don't know. And then as soon as it's down and it stops, like there's no dust settling. You know what I mean?
We need better footage for the money that we're paying. Like,
well, that too, of course.
This is crap. This is crap. Like you can barely see anything. It's like a little friggin'. It's like through a peephole. Like show us like a 360 degree, like high quality production at least. Like at least give us something. Like this is ridiculous. This is like.
Well, I also want to know about the horizon edge. It seems to be.
It looks like magic tricks and shadows and all just stupid bullshit. Like, and look at this guy. What is he doing? Like, the flag, does it look like it's blowing?
Yeah.
Isn't it supposed to be perfectly still, not blowing at all?
And then again, look, whatever this is, they say it's an antenna, but it could also just be. See, he's got one too, but it's not always there. You see that? Watch him again. I see no antenna. Do you see an antenna?
Yeah, I don't see an antenna. So maybe some of them have the antenna and some of them don't.
No. Watch as he goes forward.
Dude, they love this.
Look.
They love it.
Look. What's that?
They love jumping around in these spacesuits and just
But
pretending
if this is wires connected to them, that would make sense to me. Why?
They
here,
have
I see one here, right? And then this guy comes over to where he is, and he's no antenna. Interesting.
Yeah.
Or Occam's razor. A wire that got caught with the light. That's what I see.
They use wires, or sometimes they film it in a swimming pool. and then they black it out, one or the other. That's
and
the
then
way
again, everyone's covered how the flag waves in how's that possible?
And
But
if they put a flag on the moon and it's still there, then why can't we zoom in on the moon and see the flag? With some
well, that's the other stupid thing. Look where they put it. And now they're going to blast off? Like, what a joke.
We should be able to someone should be able to look at it with a telescope and show us that the flag is there. You know what I mean?
Well, because according to this, it didn't get blasted out. But why would they put it so damn close? Wouldn't they put it farther away? What if it did just get shot right out of there? You know what I mean?
Everywhere we've ever went, we've built like, restaurants, fucking businesses, apartments. We moved there.
This looks like a cookie.
They didn't. It's been like 70 years, and they haven't even tried to do anything yet with this. Like,
but so if you take the pictures that you're seeing here, to me, they could match up exactly to like the moon simulator stuff that we were just looking at earlier in the show. I mean, I'm not convinced by whatever this wobbly thing is.
Anybody could do this. We could make something like this. This is so stupid.
This is the man of the moon.
this.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there you go. This is supposed to convince you?
Yeah. Okay. So enough of that one. Then of course you can find thousands of these where they're doing things. And this is where these cables come in, and I'll show you how they do that. And a lot of hairspray. So you got cables and hairspray. But I find interesting is this gal decides to brush her teeth. And that's something they always like to show you where they're squirting water.
Yeah, and sometimes
all this electrical equipment and all these wires and stuff, and you're just gonna have water's droplets of flying through. Give me a break.
And sometimes it's not even real water. It's just
this is all on a green
CGI,
screen. She's looking on a CGI, and I believe
she might not even be holding a real toothbrush in her hand.
We're going to cover that too, and I believe her necklace is also added in. Not sure if that's there, but in any case, yeah. So, and what I find interesting is she's doing toothpaste, and she says a lot of times what she does is swallow it, and then she realizes, don't do that at home, because if you read the side of the toothpaste tube, it says it's poisonous if swallowed. Just saying. So then they show you where they go to the bathroom. Supposedly, it's a big joke. But
and the hair
what I wanted to show is
the hair.
The hairspray.
I mean, if you first of all, like if you're in the military and you're a woman, they still shave. You still shave your head, because if you get in a fight or you go under a you can get your hair caught and it'll get you killed, right? So whether you're a man or a woman in the military, you shave your head, right? NASA is supposed to be like military. Why wouldn't they make them shave their heads to go into outer space? Wouldn't it make sense? Can't their hair get stuck in some of the systems and mess things up, like in the ventilation shaft, and kill them or something? Like they're floating around at like crazy amounts of speed. They should be shaving their heads, just like the military. And it is military. It's supposed to be a military branch, right? Like NASA.
Yeah,
So
well, it's Space Force now, yeah. But you see, this technology was all the way back when they were training to go to the moon the first time. And this is what I believe, in addition to, the zero-G planes and the pools for the outside stuff, this is what a lot of what you see. They take it just like they showed you in 2001: A Space Odyssey. They turn the camera lens to the side, and here you go. And then, I've got this at 1.75 speed, or normal. If you put it at like moon speed, right?
Yeah.
That's moon speed. So that's it. They've been doing this same trick because there's nothing new under the sun. That looks more like moon speed, probably. They've been doing the same magician's trick on us since the beginning. They started this whole nonsense. So, anyways,
yeah.
Okay, so that's that guy. Let's get rid of that one. Oh, and you were talking about toothbrushes. Here's a great one. If you guys haven't seen this one, a lot of times they do these things where they're playing music in space, and this one's great because this guy. Chris Hadfield, I think Hadfield. Hadfield? That was Hatfield. H-A-D? H-A-T?
Yeah, Chris Hatfield. I don't know what is it. I'm not even sure either. But
I thought it was Hatfield.
He used to be in a band. What I don't even know what band it was, but and now he's like an astronaut. That's the deal with him.
Well, here's the thing. He's gonna sing a song, and this guy is gonna hold the microphone.
And he has a guitar, and he plays a guitar in space too. It's so ridiculous.
Right. But you've got one astronaut upside down to prove to you that they're in space. What I believe is happening is this. You got these two guys with the camera we just showed you on the side. They got their feet locked and they got harnesses or whatever they have. Then you got this one, which is a green screen put on top of it. And how can I say this? Because when he goes to mic up Chris Hatfield, he jams into his head and through his neck. And he cuts open his carotid artery and he's dead, right? And just in case you missed it, don't worry. He'll go closer so you can see it. He rifles through his ear and his neck and the side of his head because he's not there, because it's fake. And so what I'm trying to say is I'm not having to prove flat earth. I'm not having to prove it. I'm saying to you, explain to me why they're lying. Because if this is real and he's really in the ISS singing this guitar, how is this possible? Why isn't this guy on charges for murder? We just watched him take this, jam it through his head, into his ear. Now he's all through his nose, mouth, his neck. Come on. It's not there. It's green screen. And that's what I'm trying to say is if you've proven someone's lying to you, well, then you need to start questioning everything. And like we've been saying, it's not just about money. It's to hide the existence of God. Because before NASA, nobody believed this stuff. And that's what they've been doing is teaching a whole generation to love space. Meanwhile, they show you in plain sight, if you look at it, that that's what happened. And so that's just one. Let's see. Oh, there's this famous one here that the very first U.S. walk in space was Ed White. And it's famous, I believe, the most replayed section is right here, is because he turns his head and waves in space. Right there. He turned his helmet and he waved to us. Well, the problem with that is, and you can go round and round on this. I've tried researching this and getting the exact idea, but you can look at the spacesuits. You can look at all the different schematics to see if the helmets can turn, because I've seen a whole bunch of different things. But no matter how deep you go and you try to find out if these helmets could turn, I even saw some pictures of them here, and it's hard to discern just from this picture. It does have a separate little thing here. These three guys, by the way, this was Ed White.
Look at the spacesuit. Hold on. Look at the spacesuit from back then, right? Compared to what they're using now. Look at that thing, right?
Yeah.
That looks like a motorcycle helmet, right?
Yeah.
Like you think that they could go back into space back then in this thin, flimsy bullshit looking Halloween costume looking piece of shit, but now they need these big ass huge fucking things all of a sudden. Like, what? It doesn't even make sense. Like,
No.
why couldn't they just use these same old fashioned ones now? Like, what's the difference? These look more comfortable. They look more relaxed. It's got a motorcycle helmet. It's a motorcycle helmet. That's a motorcycle helmet.
I agree. And I think one of these guys did not want to put up with the lie, because they killed these three guys in before they went off their launch. They were doing a practice thing, and the thing caught on fire and they all died inside.
It could have been a Masonic sacrifice ritual. It could have been real. It could have been fake. It could have been some bullshit. Was there three of them?
Yeah, these three guys.
Yeah, it's weird how it's always the number three with these people.
So I don't know, but now look, it's interesting. Whatever this picture is, see the moon again is taking the color behind it. I'm telling you, that Russian vids thing really resonated with me. They're throwing that motorcycle helmet around.
Yeah, I've been playing the Russian vids documentary on my There's a Russian vids 4-hour flat Earth documentary. I've been playing it on my channel. I just finished it today. It took me like 5 or 6 shows to get through it, but it's really good. It goes a bunch of different ways. It's just constantly changing and showing you different things. And It's a really good one. It's really good. So
Yeah, I like his word.
Well,
when you come out of this door here, you can't even see the ladder. And they have this hose going on the outside and the inside. It just, none of this makes any sense how you'd set it up this way. And then if you look at the feet, we've covered it before. There's no dust in the feet. The shadows don't make any sense. Why is this all in darkness, but he's completely lit up? I mean, there's so many questions that you can go like in the horizons.
And they won't answer the questions either.
No.
I went to the Museum of Science where they're supposed to be the top dog, I think, in Boston for these people. Like they have it plastered all over the walls. They're making a ton of money off of it. There's not anywhere any person to be found to even. And I was asking some questions about the climate change thing, and they were like, this isn't the time or the place for that. And I was like, are you serious? This should be the time and the place. Who else am I going to ask? You guys are the pros. You guys are the ones that are pushing this shit on the kids. It's aggravating.
It's hard to tell if these things turn, but even so, there's questions on how you would contain that in the vacuum of space if you had all these turnable gears in there. But okay, we got the Chris Hadfield with the microphone in his head. This was interesting because who is this? Patrick Shank. I found this. He'd just done it recently. First of all, for those of you that remember this music video, the Eurythmics, it's right there in your face. These dreams are made of this, and she points to the globe or the ball, and with the globe in front of her. It's kind of interesting. But he covers a lot of the green screen mess ups. Like this guy, where is it? Start over here. This one where he has no feet, you can see through them.
Yeah.
And this guy has no head. I think, you get to, it's a creepy look too. Can you see right through his face? Like They Live eyes almost. This guy vanishes. I've seen this one a lot. I just think it was a really good compilation he put together. For those people that are still saying, I still believe in the ISS and all that, then all I ask is, why are these glitches happening that look like green screen mistakes?
That's what I'm saying. Like if space is real, right, and the Earth was a sphere.
Like, look, he's grabbing something that we can't see because it's on the augmented TV. He's looking at.
Why would they fake any of it? Why would they need to fake any of it? This is fake. That's fake.
These guys disappear.
They're being held up by strings. Or maybe they might not even be really even there.
No, that was just they were in three. It was a green screen.
See? Oh yeah, that happens to us in front of green screens too.
Yeah,
but still.
And no actual video footage of them building that. It's just there. So
and look at this.
And like you said, look at in the hair. But look, see how this glitches out. But see, nothing else glitches out but them. None of this is glitching out.
And she's doing the back flip like she was in one of those zero gravity planes that go real quick.
Yeah.
That's probably might have been that. Or it could be a swimming pool. You could easily do that in a swimming pool if you know how to swim.
Right. But like you're saying, if you're really living in a space station with all that hair, that's not a good thing.
No, definitely rethink that. If you're living in the space station with all that hair, definitely shave your head. Just for your own safety, for your own good, for your own life. Because we care.
And then for their people that are saying, well, okay, you're just showing me clips of different people's stuff. How about you go to the European Space Agency and they put this thing out because they do things for kids and stuff. And so she's up here on this station and she's discussing different science things. These are educational things you can use in your classroom. And so
they're brainwashing. Look, she's brainwashing the kids and she knows it. Look at the look on her face.
Yeah.
Look,
but
it's a beach ball.
Here's the question that I pose to people. This is actual footage from the ESA, European Space Agency. It's a teaching tool. She's on the space station. Okay. Now, watch what she does here. She manifests a toy. How's that possible? I'll play it again. Unless you're on a green screen. There's no toy there.
Where does it come from?
There's no toy there.
It just they're just trying to make it look like things are just floating around.
Well,
That's what
it's
they're
like
trying
for
to
a
do.
kids show, so they're gonna do it to like say, now I need a helper, and it shows up. But my point is, you're on the space station. If you say that you're not using green screens, then how does she just manifest energy into matter?
Oh yeah, look,
Like in
there it goes.
Star Trek.
Oh, but it just beam me up, Scotty, which never existed.
And no one's messed with this video. That's their video. So again, I can prove to you they lie to us. This is the space station. This is the Europe side. They're lying. Now I pose the question to people that still believe in NASA. Why? So
I look at the European stuff too, the European space station stuff, and it's always the worst. It's always like the craziest, most lies, even worse than NASA, it seems.
Yep. All right. Next.
NASA's
There's
pretty
another
bad.
guy, No Donk Records. He has, again, it's another a good compilation. Oh shoot, I should have probably put that other. Well, you guys can find that on the ESA. I'll try to put that in the comments later or something. But same with this one. He just showcases more of the fakery. Now remember those things that we were showing you. That's all these are. They're on these weird harnesses. And this gal tries to prove it with her hair. Meanwhile, look, one of the harnesses gets stuck, and they have to unhook them. And it's a 2-person job on that one. There's that Hatfield guy again.
Yeah,
But
and
that's all I see. I just see
Kelly, the bald one that has the twin, right? That's him.
Yeah.
That their DNA supposedly changed, which makes me another reason why it makes me think DNA is not real, because NASA's DNA changed. You know, like NASA's not real. Like now they're saying his DNA changed from
yeah. So they're definitely using green screens. You know, like look, his hand. Look, there's so many to prove that they're faking it. His arm goes through it. Look at it. And you could say, oh, well, it's because they're in space. Well, then how come nothing else is glitching out? Just this one area that's supposed to be the guy floating and the ball floating. You know? Look at his head. So that's my main thing. Why are there so many videos of them lying to us? If they're truly on the space station, why are we seeing all these anomalies? That's what I'd like to ask someone that still believes in NASA.
There's no real footage of them building the space station either.
No, it's all cartoons. Yeah. This guy just disappears. And this, look, he still has the harness. There
it goes. There it goes. There it goes right there. You see? Look, why would he even need a harness at all if none of the other guys need it? And that's not really in front of his face.
No, he's looking at the monitor to see where it is.
Look at the stupid look on his face, like he knows he's tricking everybody. Oh, magic trick! Like these guys are magicians, dude. They're Masonic magicians, is what they are. The Masons probably get their friggin' best people that are like good at magic to do this.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. That's what they do.
But you know, nobody's really watching. Most of the time, these feeds probably go completely unnoticed. And you don't necessarily see the glitches.
Nobody pays attention to any of the shit they do. They know it.
That's
they only show only the clips they show on the news. That's it. That's the only things people see.
Okay, here's another one. Now I came across this guy, Spargery, and what I found interesting on this one is he or she or whoever says the SpaceX Starman Tesla car was launched into space February 6th of 2018, and he puts on here where if you go to the channel and you download the video, live use of Starman, February 6, 2018, and save it. I did this because what he said was there's glitches found. Now he said at the 1 hour and 38 minute mark, and he shows where the Earth stops.
All right,
and
this
glitches.
is ridiculous.
Wait, and it glitches out and things like that. So what I do is I do all of my research on my own. I went to the official SpaceX website, the live views of Starman, February 6th. I found the time differently than what he posted on his. What I found it at, it starts at around Looks like it says 2:38, and as he goes by the Earth, I don't
This
know.
is so
Let's see.
stupid. And he's
Oh,
listening
wait.
he's listening to David Bowie too. That he's listening
Yeah,
supposedly on the radio.
Yeah, I mean we're not even going to go over. We can, but how the tires don't pop and
The
the
car is just
paint
as
doesn't
is.
peel, and
There's nothing special about the car. There's no roof. It doesn't just suck him right out. He's just
yeah.
he's in there. It's a dummy.
There, do you see that? It's glitching.
It went around the
It's
sun.
glitching. It's glitching, and then they cut the feed and they go to some other shot. So it's really there. It really glitches, and they tell us that that's a live feed, or was. I guess now it's heading to the sun. Again, liars, provable liars by their own video. They hang themselves. So this is all fake. Otherwise, explain to me how the Earth glitches out. And I think we're on
when I first heard about this this thing, I'm like, there's no way they have a Tesla car going around. I believed in space. This is one of the things that made me believe that it was fake. This is like, if you can't see that this is completely fucking ridiculous and can't admit that this is a lie, then I don't know. You need to pray about it, because like, seriously, like, this is definitely bullshit. They're trying to tell us this is real. SpaceX is trying to say they have a Tesla. Elon Musk has a Tesla convertible going around the sun, and this is a live shot. Like they're keeping track of it like at all times. Like they know there's a place you can track it. I think like a website or something.
Well,
it's
for
so
a while
stupid.
this was a live feed, but I think he's out of this orbit, supposedly heading to the sun.
Yeah, he's heading
the
to
glitch
the sun.
there. There's another glitch. There's another glitch.
Yeah.
And they cut it. So around 2:38 mark, and you can look for it yourself. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research.
That's not the Earth. Where's all the land masses? You can't even see no land on there.
And then I even did it a long time ago. These things look just like I said, the Thunderbirds to me. We're believing that this is actually happening, and these things are coming back down after Elon Musk shoots his thing off and rockets fall back, and they come on. This is complete animation.
That's just backwards. They just rewinded the tape from them blasting a rocket.
Yeah.
They blasted a rocket off. They put it in slow mo and fast forward it backwards. Made it. Look,
I agree with you. That could be, but
that's a
to
rocket.
me, this is animation. That could be, but also
it could be. Yeah, it could be fake, completely fake, CGI. But they do make rockets blast off, but they don't go into space. They land in the ocean, and they know right where they're going to land. We're getting
a lot
spammed.
of them go to the Bermuda Triangle. Oh, all right. Somebody get that, please.
Yeah,
they're really upset with us because there's very few people that are talking about the existence of God.
Because we've been killing it, and we've been going for like 3 hours, and we're just completely destroying NASA, and they don't like it. Look at that. So that looks like Star Wars, or like Star Trek, the Star Trek thing. Yeah, Star Trek. Look, all right, it's completely blue. Look, a minute ago it just showed land masses, but then a second before that it was completely blue with no land masses. Look, which one is it? Does it have land or it doesn't have land? And why isn't it spinning? Why is it?
I don't know. Oh, you know what? I think this is the test. See, you see the bars?
Yeah.
This is before they actually put it, but you can't tell the difference.
Yeah,
you can't tell the difference. It looks the same.
This was the test to see how.
Tell me this is an animation here. Look at this. Yeah. Come on, Ray. That's not even backwards. That's animation coming down. Whatever this is. Look at this. Yeah. So here's what I see. The crowd, the people, well, first of all, no one's this close to see the animation.
Yeah.
Where the people are, where is it? See? I mean, that's just, let's say you shot 2 missiles down to the ground or 2 flares coming down. I don't know what this is.
Yeah. They could drop some sort of flares on balloons.
They just look like flares of some kind.
Yeah.
Not these things. And no one's close to see these.
What they're showing you on. So they're showing you on TV rockets coming down at the same time they're dropping some sort of flare.
Yeah. And they always throw a bird that flies by because that proves it.
Yeah. They always throw a bird. Yeah, always throw a bird in.
Look at that. Looks like Thunderbirds. Come on, people.
So ridiculous.
Okay, so that's that. Oh, someone wants to say hi. Because I covered a show with this. If you look at my channel, it's still there. Get them all. Get them all. If you look at my channel, it says on here, it's still there. I did some shows with Rose, 777, and we covered holograms. And this was one of the famous ones. They had this giant dragon flying around.
Yeah.
And so that was one. And then there's also
there was a Tupac. There was a Tupac hologram where they made him come back to life and rap on stage.
This was during the psyop that's going on, where people weren't being allowed to go to the crowds, and so all these people, they're added in. They're not there. There's a combination of ways that they do it. They either do it all through VR, or they also add dummies and things to make it more three-dimensional. Because they're saying back in the day when they did Gandhi, they had hundreds of thousands of extras, and it was really difficult. And so now what they do is they either put in three-dimensional dummies, or they'll do like this one group of people, and then where is it? And then they'll just recreate them multiple times through computers.
That little kid was doing a job on that dad's back, dude. Imagine that my kid's like that age right now. Like, imagine that. God. Like, I don't know, man. They get heavy. They get heavy at that age.
Yeah. So anyways, they show how they can do this and fake the crowds. And so what I say is that they can make, like, this is animals. You can walk amongst polar bears. There was dinosaurs. Of course, everyone saw the whale that comes out of the gym
Jurassic
floor.
Park. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Oh yeah, I never seen this one. No, I never seen the whale. They really made these people think this happened. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so realistic the way they have this technology.
This is so they can make us think anything's happening.
Yeah.
It goes with the voice to skull and all the other technology that they've been working on, the V2K stuff that I covered.
Exactly.
They're working on it. They're working on just really,
and they use it daily. Why? Well, I don't know. Look at this thing.
The two Marines right there next to Biden. Well, there's a person videoing on their phone in the audience, and there are no Marines. Watch.
All right, so you got Biden here, and you can see these supposed Marines. They already look fake to me.
Watch.
We're looking right here.
Yeah, I seen this, and it's all red and satanic looking.
Look, and you can see them
there
on the
are
stage.
no Marines there.
Oh yeah, that dude's fake, huh?
What is going on?
So they do this technology to us all the time.
Biden's probably not even real.
No, well, whatever he is, he wasn't in that. Whatever room's he in? Who even knows where they are anymore? They all left to their islands. And so, once again, see, they use there's lots of ways you can fake a crowd. And so just because there's a lot of people that are watching Elon Musk thing from a close-up range doesn't mean any of them were real, because the real people were probably so far back, they saw flares and they saw rockets and they think they saw what they did. But like you say, you see a rocket, it goes up and it starts arcing and it looks like it's coming down, but they say, no, it's going over the curve of the earth. Whereas a little 10-year-old will go, well, it looks like it's coming down,
They land in the ocean. They go in the ocean and they get them back afterwards. They try anyway. And then satellites land in people's yards sometimes. So
let's see. All right, so I think I got we covered that. What is this one?
On the way out, you gotta
oops,
all right,
just
go ahead. I was gonna say on the way out, you gotta let me play the Flat Earth Anthem, my song. You won't get hit for it. It's fine. It'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I have a song I play. I do.
All right. I'm just saying, because it's a Flat Earth show. It would mix in well. It's all right. It's all good. It's all.
Oh
good.
Wait, the one you wrote?
My song, the Flat Earth Anthem. Yeah.
The one where
I have the one that Holistic Media made for me with the.
No, I mean the one that you did. It's flat. It's.
Yeah. It's up to you.
Yeah. Well, I tell you where I'm not.
It's a good video.
we're 3 hours into this, and we've got to keep getting ready. I'm picking up Jen tomorrow, and so
yeah, you
I
gotta
think
get your
I
rest.
covered most of the spots that I wanted to hit. I know I talked a lot tonight, Ray, but I originally planned on this.
It's your show. It's your show, man.
I just wanted to give you a voice.
to provide backup. I'm here to provide backup for you and just be like, yes. Oh, yeah, I agree.
And speaking of backup, so we're getting close to winding down here. And Ray's going to be going live, so check out his channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna go live.
And
if
then
someone can put my links in for there's a new channel called Late Night Live, all right, and then there's one called The One You Don't See, and those are the two channels we're going on, and we're gonna go on Odyssey. So those are the three channels I'm going live on, and that's what I got right now, and I need everybody to sub it. So I don't know if you guys got the links. I put them in earlier. I don't know. I wish I had them handy. I wish I was more handy.
That's right. Well, you know what? And if you send them to me, I'll add them to the description of the show, so I'll have where if you need to go. And yes, I don't.
There it is. Melanie put it in.
Of course she did. She always does.
Yeah, and I have there's two channels. There's a new one called Late Night Live, which is Singe Man's channel. Singe Man came to the rescue with a channel, so thank you, Singe Man. God bless you.
He's great.
So yeah.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight.
It's called the channel was called Guitar Mike. We changed it to Late Night Live. So look it up. You'll
Fantastic.
Find it. Yeah.
All right. It's always a pleasure, Ray. I'm so happy I got to talk to you. And I'll when I'm done, I'll put your show on too. I'll go listen to that.
Yeah,
and,
I'm gonna set it up. It's gonna probably take. I don't have it set up yet, so it's probably gonna take me about 20 minutes. I might have to wake his ass up, and then we'll get. It takes me a while. I got all these groggy people not wanting to wake up and stuff, but I get them going. So
no worries.
I'll get the show going in like about a half hour. It's not showing up yet. It's not like it's there yet, but it will pop up. Just be looking for it.
Well, thank you very much, Ray. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Give my love to your family, and keep doing what you're doing. Your voice is very important. There's very few of us that talk about where this is all heading, and everything we talked about tonight. Again, it's a spiritual battle.
And there's gonna be more. And there's gonna be more really good protests coming up on my channel. I could tell. I have a feeling.
All right.
So keep an eye out.
Thank you again. And I just wanted to thank everyone that showed up tonight. It was a long show, but I lost one last week, so I thought I'd give a little extra tonight. And I hope you liked my presentation.
One more thing.
Yes,
sub Boston Ray Mudflood Adventures and sub Michelle L2, because those are my channels too. And I'm going to be going back to those channels in like a week.
Yes.
So make sure you sub all of them. I have like 5-6 channels. You got to sub them all. You got to follow me everywhere. Otherwise, you're not going to find me.
That's right. I'm with you.
I'm doing big things. I got like 6 or 7 channels going now.
Excellent.
We got with Jason Starr's channel and Jenny T.I. Murphy. We stream to those channels too. Jenny T.I. Murphy's channel, we stream to hers. We stream to Bill Miller's channel, Bill Miller Flip. Make sure you sub to Bill Miller Flip too. He has great stuff. That's it.
Fantastic. Okay. Thank you again. And look forward to talking to you again soon. And may good Lord watch over all of us that are listening to me at this moment in time. Continue to ask for his grace and his guidance. The thing that he has more than anything is his love and his patience. And so he's just waiting for a relationship with us. All you have to do is reach out and ask. And please, Father, guide us through these times. Cover us with your mercy. Give us your blessings. Watch over us and our loved ones through these times. We ask this in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
Love you all. Okay.
The power of prayer.
It's wonderful. It's one of the best things we have.
I've been praying on my show a lot too for everybody, all kinds of things. It's crazy. We pray for everything now. It works.
So 2 things left. We've got this.
Class is dismissed.
And we'll play the outro.
Right.
So thank you all for being here. It's been fun. And God willing, let's do this again.
And I'll see you all. I'll see a lot of you in a little while.
Sounds good.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. I have more to show.
Yes, you do. And you got and the 2 things we teased. Oh, he's gone. 2 things we teased. Watch it on his show. Okay. Love you all. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good night. And look for me in the next few days. Jen's going to be around, so we'll definitely figure something out. Okay. Have a good evening. Good night.